What up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of, well, not an episode. This is a solo stream of Do Not Worry, folks. I'm coming to you guys solo, all the way from Beirut, and I'm actually completely alone. The cats aren't even hanging out with me right now. I'm all by myself. Ooh, let me turn down the volume. How you guys doing? Hope you guys doing okay. This is a little bit disorganized. I was super rushed. I just got back from the gym. Barely had time to take a shower and eat. My dinner was 40 minutes late. I ordered a taou sandwich from Melika Taou, and then they didn't register my order, so I never got the food, and they never let me know. I called them 40 minutes later, yo, where's that sandwich I ordered? So I had to order food from another place, had to wait for it to get here, and I ate it. Let me try to go get maki, because it's not the same without maki. Let me turn on the mouse. Sorry, this is super, I have a hard out at 11:30, folks. This is going to be a 2.5 to 3 hour live stream at most, because I can't do longer than that. I got to hang out with Demi a little bit later. Let's go bring maki. He wants his ball. Oh my god. Okay, Maki's not interested. Maki's playing with his ball and he just knocked the camera over. This is what a professional live streamer looks like, folks. This is how we do things over here. We got Haley D in the chat. How's it going, Haley? We got Marina Nimis. We got Brandon Ball. We got Luna. We got H3, Ellie Simone, Drac Duripa, and a lot more. We got Momro 97, Nogzoloto. Thank you guys for being members. How's everybody doing? We got Nour in the chat. Let me first, quick reminder, if you guys would like to support this channel, folks, you can become channel members, just like Momro 97. You can gift memberships, just like Haley D always does, or members go up. You can also join our Patreon. It is a great way to support the channel. There are multiple tiers on there. So if you want to support us more than the $5 I think that it costs to get a membership, you can consider Patreon as a good option. I try to do as many exclusive Patreon and member live streams as I can. They end up being once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, but that's because we're doing 4 to 5 live streams a week on the main channel. So I'm trying my best to deliver as much content as we can, but it's the only way that I can pay the crew. It's the best way to support the channel. I'm going to be unemployed at the start of July, folks. So this is going to be my full-time job, coming at you 4 to 5 times a week with all sorts of live streams. I'm buying a brand new PC. I'm building a brand new streaming / gaming PC. I guess it can be used for gaming, not that I'm a big PC gamer. But I might be picking it up tomorrow. So hopefully by early next week, the brand new PC will be set up. We're gonna have less technical difficulties. I can't promise no technical difficulties. We're coming at you from Lebanon, but I'm gonna try my best to minimize the technical difficulties. So yeah, we thank you all for your support, and we love you so much. But you guys don't have to do any of that to be supportive of the channel. Please consider leaving a comment in the comments section, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, engaging in the live chat. That is more than enough for us. We love you all for being here. Thank you so much. And with all that said, I promised you guys a Zionist celebrity Hollywood tier list that we're working on. It's going to be me and the crew. I wanted to do it on Sunday, but I'm not sure how many crew members can show up, so we're going to aim to do that on Monday, okay? So stay tuned. We're going to try to do that on Monday. The anti-Zionist celebrity tier list was super fun. You guys seem to enjoy that a lot, so we're going to do the same thing, but with Zionist celebrities. So your Quentin Tarantinos, your Noah Schnaps, your Tom Yorks, where do they rank? How would we put them on a tier list? Who's the greatest Zionist celebrity and who's the worst? Apparently Jordan Peele is kind of a Zionist. That's fucking disappointing. So we're going to do that, and join us. That should be a good time. Also, let me see. I think if Chris Kunzler is live right now, let's go raid Chris Kunzler. Okay, it's time for YouTube live streaming and live streamers to start establishing some of our own culture, right? Doesn't Twitch do, not our own culture, but if Twitch does raids, I think that's one of the only things I like about Twitch. It's how people support each other, and they send each other they send their viewers to other creators to raid them, as they say.
Let's start with the basics. To have a nuclear...
Oh, let's turn this down a little bit. Chris has got a beautifully loud voice. So we got some Chris Kunzler here. play.
My country needs uranium reserves, the ability to mine ore and process it.
Let's go.
It's like...
If you guys like Chris Kunzler, if you guys like my content, I'm sure you're going to like Chris Kunzler. He does like very educational history, politics type videos. He's very well versed in the Middle East, actually. So if you guys like Chris Kunzler, I very much suggest you subscribe to his channel. Let's go rate him just for a little bit, okay? I'm going to ask you guys to go open another tab on your, like, get out of your phone, get out of this video, go say hi to Chris Kunzler. Tell him, do not worry sends you. Let's send him a little chat. Hello again from Beirut, Chris, with a salute. Everybody, go say hi to Chris Kunzler. Tell him, do not worry, sent you.
Minecraft in real life. Centrifuges to enrich it. Technical know-how to run the cycle.
Is he no longer live? Ethan's basement is in the house.
Natively. The way uranium is enriched is to first convert it into gas and then pass it through. Welcome to your education. I must now flex for the entire Q&A. Yeah, I'll flex. Boom.
Oh, there we go. You guys are awesome. You guys are great.
It's technically demanding, but it's not
I
impossibly
love that I can depend on you guys.
This is a physics lesson now. Enrichment basically means increasing the uranium.
Look at the chat, Chris.
Civilian use uranium grade 5%.
Chris Kunzler.
Weapons grade uranium needs to be at least 90% refined. The longer you spin it, the purer the product. It's basically the same tech. Iran's regime is brutal, repressive, and ideological, but the state is institutional, and the nation is old, proud, and is highly capable. Its nuclear strategy isn't irrational.
Okay, well,
it's
he'll
about
notice
national
later.
sovereignty, leverage, and latent deterrence. I mean, it's kind of true.
He's a busy boy.
Israel doesn't just want Iran not
let's
to have
stay
a
here until he notices us.
program. It wants it to not be able to.
Chris,
but Iran's program is endogenous. It has raw material.
The raider of Ramallah. I'm raiding Chris Kunzler.
This is like trying to bomb a country that has
Hello, Chris Kunzler. Are there any weapons in this room right now? I was aboard. I was a secretary, but they asked me to come, and I said, sure, I'm cute. I want to raid. What are you hiding in your room, you motherfucker?
Pretty cool. Hello, do not worry. I hope you're well. I hope everything's good with you.
Much love.
Yeah, sorry. That's quite a good analogy there. Iran has multiple enrichment sites spread over the
That's
country.
it, Chris? That's
Some
all the
are
love
public,
we get?
Others likely covert. Building new ones takes weeks to months, not years. In recent news...
He's too busy, folks. He's got like 700 viewers watching. Poor guy. Thank you so much, Chris Kunzler. We love you. We love you. Regardless of that tepid response. I'm kidding, folks. It's not tepid. How's everybody doing? You guys doing good? We got Drac DeRippa in the chat. Emily McKenzie. We got the one and only Ethan's basement. Ethan, you're one of the topics tonight. I just saw your tweet. I added it to my list. We're going to be talking about that, EB. That shit's kind of crazy. Okay. What are we going to talk about tonight, folks? There's a lot of things that went down that I want to talk about. A few updates. I mean, I reacted to Ethan's content nuke or whatever you want to call it yesterday. So we already did that. If you guys missed it, you can go back and watch it. I'm getting a lot of H3 fans leaving weird-ass comments in my videos, which I want to talk about for a second as well. We're going to be talking about a dude from PBD threw a tampon at Anna Kasparian during her take. The one, when we stopped watching her take, all the crazy shit starts happening. They start slinging tampons at each other. So we're going to react to that. Noah Sampson also dropped a brand new video commenting on Ela, calling Israeli fighter pilots heroes as they're bombing Iran out of the blue. So we're going to watch that. And if we have time, again, the Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz interview. I'm dying to watch that thing. So maybe I'll just do a reaction for that like by myself on Sunday or something if we don't get time to get to it today. Let me just talk about just the Ethan stuff real quick before we get there's some fun memes I want to see, but I'm getting a lot of weird, annoying comments that I just want to highlight and clarify before we get back into it. So first of all, look how fucking weird this comment is right here. Like, what the fuck is that about, bro? Israel and H3 will win from Weasel Boys 9299. Like, okay, I get it, bro. You can like Israel, you can like H3, but like combining the two of them, like as if, that's kind of what it's become. I guess that's what the H3 podcast has become. If you support Israel and you support Ethan, you have to support both. You know what I mean? Israel and H3 will win. If I support one, I must support the other. Just like Ethan conflates Zionism with Judaism, you can now conflate Zionism with the H3 podcast. Are you Zionist? That could also mean, hey, do you watch the H3 podcast? Just ask that question. You don't even need to ask anyone, are they a Zionist? Like, do you believe in Israel's right to exist? What do you think of the Israeli government? Hey, do you watch the H3 podcast? Yeah. Oh, okay. You're a Zionist. That's all you need to know. So, yeah, great message. Israel and H3 will win. Hanantasiru. We shall overcome together. So that's kind of fun. Also, this has been a very common line of criticism right now, both on Twitter and in the comments. I mean, look, I know these people are fucking, they're just like trolling and stuff. But like, and just like that, Palestinians are less important than 3 washed streamers. What a mask-off moment for you people. So this person is trying to make it seem, sorry, I knocked the fucking mic stand and now it's dropping. This person is trying to make it seem like I was telling people yesterday to, instead of donating money to Gaza, go ahead and donate the money to Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron, when I actually was kind of saying the opposite. I was saying, how sad is it that at a time where people should be focusing all their money and all their funds, like if they're feeling charitable, if they have a spare $10 that they can donate to someone, wouldn't it be great if they just gave it to Gaza? But now, for some people, if they're a huge fan of Denims, bro, they might consider sending that $10 to Denims instead of a charity to Gaza. And I said how sad it is that we're at a point where some people that don't have tons of money to throw around and donate anywhere all the time, you know what I mean? If they have limited funds, but they really like a creator, they might feel tempted to donate money to help someone pay for a lawsuit against Ethan Klein rather than doing the right thing, which is donating to Gaza. And then I clarified that point multiple times. And at the end, I'm like, how crazy is it that like we now have to, that people are asking for money to defend against an Ethan Klein lawsuit rather than diverting all of that attention and all of that money to Gaza and Palestinians. But then for some fucking reason, mask off. You want people to donate to the streamers instead of Gaza. It's like, bro, I literally said the opposite. I said, how sad is it that people now have to like make a choice? For some people, bro, not everyone has fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank and they can donate to any charity they want whenever they want. Some people literally have an extra $10 to spare once a month on something where they can treat themselves to a little something every once in a while. This was also on the H3 Reddit. It says Millhouse really said donate to rich streamers legal defense fund instead of starving children in Gaza. As if those people give a fuck about Gaza. You know what I mean? It's the H3 subreddit people, the ones that constantly like they're always in the comments like, isn't there a genocide going on? Why are you talking about this thing? As if my fucking job is to talk about the genocide all the fucking time, bro. They're so fucking annoying. They're so fucking dumb, more than annoying. They're just fucking idiotic. But that's a thing now that's apparently going to be a point of discussion on the H3 podcast. Like, this man thinks that it's better to donate. I literally said the exact opposite, but they're so fucking annoying. Quite annoying. We have 228 of you in the chat. How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining us on this run. Haley D gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Haley. We love you so much. As always, our queen and our mod, folks. Brand new mod, Haley D. Okay, let's get to some fun stuff real quick. Got some updates on like what's going down in Israel, but this stuff is kind of crazy, okay? This apparently is a very viral TikTok. It's a Lebanese grill that is promoting their restaurant by celebrating Iran's attacks on Israel. This is kind of nutty, I have to say. Might have to mute it for a second because of copyright. Quick pause for copyright. Isn't that kind of funny? This doesn't look like it's in Lebanon, to be honest with you, because I don't recognize that structure, like that kind of building. I think this is in Europe or something. A Lebanese grill somewhere in like Europe. How funny is this ad, bro? خذ راحتك. على كيفك على راحتك وكيفك على راحتك على كيفك. For those of you wondering what this is, these probably look like shawarma platters. They're serving like shawarma with some rice, maybe serving some tahini sauce on top of that, folks. Some delicious tahini. That shit looks fucking good, I gotta say, with some pickles on the side and pickled turnips and like some coleslaw. God damn, that looks good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I miss the cats. There was another one as well. This was like in the replies. Like, check this one out. You know, football, Arab football commentators are very known, like kind of like Spanish football commentators, the way they like yell, you know, goal, goal, goal. Arab football commentators are the same. So for those of you who don't get it, so this is They're using football commentating audio.
اتجاه كاندريفا مع بروزوفيتش كاندريفا جول
عرضية عالية وهي ايه الله اكبر.
Look at that shawarma, folks. Look at that shawarma being sliced to perfection. Anyways, these people are fucking funny, bro. Like this shit, it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? I know the H3 subreddit won't find this funny. How dare you laugh? Oh my god, I closed the whole thing. How dare you laugh at bombs falling on Israel? It's like, motherfuckers, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we've watched both of those memes. Let's open up this thing. And let's open up this thing. And let's open up this thing. And let's open up this thing. Okay. Yoink. God, I hate this so much. And my hand is injured, so I'm having a hard time using the mouse. Sorry, guys. Let's just have some fun tonight. Casual, fun times. This is what Tel Aviv looks like right now. I know we've gotten used to seeing a lot of that footage. We've gotten used to seeing a lot of footage coming from Gaza and the destruction in Palestine. Well, now, folks, this is what Tel Aviv looks like. Kind of insane. Like, they hit the financial tower, or the stock exchange, the Israel stock exchange. Look at that, man. War zone. Like, I know Israel has way more weapons capabilities than Iran. You know what I mean? They have like the jets, and they've been flying over Iran, and they've been dismantling a lot of their bases and their weaponry and stuff. Granted, but Iran is also being a much more formidable opponent than I had anticipated, and they have been able to pierce the Iron Dome over and over again. Israelis are spending half of their time in shelters, both at night and in the day. Like, it's kind of insane. You know what I mean? Like, this is really. This should not be happening. This whole thing. This is completely started by Netanyahu, by the Israelis. You know what I mean? They started this whole thing. So it's kind of hard to feel bad for them. I mean, look at this destruction. This is nothing compared to what happened to Gaza, by the way. You know what I mean? And they expect us to feel bad for them. Like, okay, Iran hit a hospital, which is horrible. You should never hit hospitals. Hospitals should never be hit. But now Israelis want you to feel bad that they hit hospitals. Like, oh no, look, they've hit a hospital. Poor Israelis. It's like, bro, is there even a hospital left standing in Gaza? Like, I'm sorry, you expect us to feel bad for a hospital when you literally made it a point to make sure there are no hospitals standing and there's no healthcare system left in Gaza. No Palestinians can get any fucking healthcare. Yet all of a sudden, I'm supposed to shed a tear for a hospital in fucking Tel Aviv or whatever. Like, fuck off. Stop being so fucking annoying. Crazy. I mean, there's like a lot of footage of like bombs actually landing, but anytime I show these, we get hit with like our videos get censored basically because it's pretty violent. Nobody wants to see bombs dropping, I guess. What else we got here? This is kind of funny. This qualifies in the meme category.
Right here that was damaged by the blast.
Look at this guy.
A corner store, where people might get their basic provisions. And as you can see, still quite a corner.
Look at this
store,
sign right here.
Where people might get their basic
Boom.
provisions. Oh
Just dropped on this guy's fucking head, bro.
And as you can see, still quite
Oopsie.
a dangerous situation.
Look, if this guy's a Zionist, I don't feel bad for him. If the thing fell on like a Palestinian living in Israel and working, you know what I mean? Then I feel bad for him. But if this man's a Zionist, fuck him.
With debris still falling, that man was just struck actually by a falling.
Let's see that again.
Store, where people might get their basic provisions.
Boom!
Oh
Man, if the cameraman was like just a little bit more to the right.
And as you can see,
just a little bit more to the right.
Dangerous situation.
Whoopsie!
With debris still falling, that man was just struck.
Mudmud sends £2 and says, guy from PBD threw a tampon at Anna on her take. Oh, I know, Mudmud. I know. That's why Anna's on the thumbnail. And that's why we're bringing back Her Take Mondays. Every Monday. I'm kidding. No. Her Take, we're not going to watch full episodes of Her Take anymore, but we sure as hell are watching the tampon thing today. Anyways, yes, so that's kind of funny.
I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay, yeah. Settlers are now locking other settlers out of shelters to keep them from getting crowded. This is when, the Israelis start eating each other alive. Veronica, watch out in those shelters. We're worried about you. beloved Israelis making sure no one can get in. Folks, we gotta visit. I've also read that they're not letting in foreign Israelis or like Arabs, Palestinians. They don't want anyone in there that's not like basically a Jewish Israeli Zionist. Hello, Maki Poo. Hello, Maki Poo. Let's just fix you up a little bit like this. There you go. Keep doing your work. Sweet little Maki, folks. Sweet little Maki. Making his little biscuits. Making his little biscuits. Someone was telling me, like, when they suck on the thing, it's because, like, he was taken away from his mama at a very young age, and, like, he's weaning off, like, drinking milk from not udders, like, whatever the fuck, man. Drinking milk from his mama. Cat udders. That's funny. I didn't want to say cat nipples. That was just weird. Marina Nimis, folks. The lovely Marina Nimis, who I met 2 weeks ago at Mystic Market. Very lovely to meet you, Marina. Sends $2. Thank you so much. Saw a video saying Iran is hitting innocents. Jesus. I mean, they're hitting civilians. They're hitting. Look, what Iran is doing. I mean, normally we can't condone that stuff. You know what I mean? But Israel has set the bar to like, hey, we like to hit civilians. We like to hit civilian buildings. We love to hit hospitals and schools and universities. So now Iran is doing whatever the fuck they want. That's the new standard of war, folks. Brought to you by Israel and the United States and the West. They let Israel do whatever the fuck they wanted in Gaza, and now look at what war looks like. You know what I mean? People bombing hospitals for fun. It's insane. It's batshit crazy. So anyways, here are those Israelis graciously bolting these. Just bolt it shut, bro. Fucking weld it shut. Make sure no one can get in. Udders was better. Udders was not better. That's why I laughed when I said udders. Are they cat udders? Then there are no cat udders. What were they called in... whatever. Okay, this is unrelated to Palestine, Israel. This is just, you know, I keep saying that, like, you know, AI is coming for everything. AI is coming for all our jobs. You know what I mean? Whether you work in a creative industry, whether you're a financial analyst, even doctors, AI is coming for all of our jobs, and they don't care. So better start thinking of that plan B. And if you thought like me, I'm like, hey, you know what? There's not going to be AI streamers. There's not going to be AI podcasts. You know what I mean? They might start making AI movies. People are going to read AI books. You're going to have an AI accountant. But, like, come on, podcasting, sort of like, you know, user-generated content, that's going to be, you know, you're going to want to have a connection with an actual human. Well, apparently not, folks, because here's some AI mukbang. There we go, folks. AI-generated mukbang videos are now starting to go viral. This is from Dexerto. Now, obviously, this is a little bit freaky. Just see it how she...
Messy, but it's going to be worth it.
Okay, so...
Nah, this hitting...
So the way she just fucking slurped that fucking shrimp is obviously kind of hilarious. That needs a little bit of work. I give it 2.5 days, and they would have figured it out, folks. But look at that. Look at that. AI mukbangs? What the fuck?
Different. Y'all, this about to get messy, but it's going to be worth it. Nah, this hit no different.
The computers are coming for our mukbangs. Okay, if human beings, if we can't even record mukbangs to make a living, if we can't slave away in front of a camera, if we can't debase ourselves for other human beings for their entertainment, to pay for our bills, to pay our rent, are you going to let the computers do that too? You know what I mean? They're coming for our fucking mukbangs. You know, and you know who they're like. There's these very famous. Actually, Ethan Klein, H3H3, had made a hilarious video making fun of these mukbang people like years ago eating the giant crabs and shit. Like, this is what they're going for right now. They're literally. Let me try to find the mukbang that this is referencing. Essentially, giant crab mukbangs. And those things are like disturbing. I don't know the name of the lady that does them, but she's famous. Okay, I think it was her.
Hey guys, it's Sharika and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you.
Look at the size of these crabs, man.
So today we are doing some giant king crab legs here, and I have my mayo and mustard dip.
You know what I mean? They're coming for this lady's job. What's this lady called?
He handed over the laptop to the detective.
Oh.
And he said the only reason why he was going through her laptop was because he wanted to see, you know, if she had any new pictures in her cloud.
What? You see, I want to... Is the AI going to tell us about stories about cops going through laptops and they want to look at cloud photos and stuff like that? No. I want this lady to do mukbangs. You know what I mean? I want her to earn a living doing mukbangs. I don't want to support this weird AI mukbang lady. You know what I mean? Doing her mukbangs. That's not how it's supposed to go, folks. We here support real human beings creating real mukbangs.
Y'all, this about to get messy, but it's gonna be worth it.
She has better audio than the real human too. We can't compete with that.
Nah.
And she has a bottomless stomach. She can't get full, folks. An AI mukbang person, they don't get full. She can sit there and pound 12 king crabs for 12 hours. What human being can compete with that? No one. We're fucked. We're fucked. You know, people are getting concerned with all these other things about AI. Like AI has now developed a personality. AI is now self-aware. It's like, bro, they're making AI mukbangs. This is when people need to start protesting. Rioting, in fact. Not even protesting. Anyways, that was my little tangent. People are saying they want crab now. I don't eat crab. I don't eat prawns. I don't eat none of that shit, y'all. I mean, I don't want to call it shit, obviously. They're beautiful creatures of the ocean. Okay. Let's talk about Ethan Klein a little bit. Let's get rid of the Ethan stuff, and then we'll move on to some other stuff for those of you that are here for that. Or should we leave the Ethan stuff a little bit later? Marina Nimis says, the funny thing is that it was an Israeli guy who was saying that Iran is hitting civilians. Hypocrites, they're champions at gaslighting. That's everything, every confession, what was it? Every statement is a confession. Every accusation is a confession. Sorry, folks. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Okay, I'm looking forward to that nice weekend. Okay, so let's have a bunch of basically Twitter stuff that I want to talk about Ethan. Relevant stuff, folks. Trust me. This stuff is good. Good follow-ups to what we talked about yesterday. So as you guys know, Ethan Klein has decided to sue Denims, Frogan, and Casey Tron. Essentially, but there's just a few things that I wanted to talk about before watching those videos, essentially. So what is this lawsuit really about? Is it really about copyright? Does Ethan really care that people watched his video and didn't react hard enough? No, he doesn't give a fuck, okay? That's not really what matters, because if that is what matters, he would actually be suing, XQC, or he would be suing Asmongold, because you know what? He's accusing Denims of what? And Frogan and Casey Tron. He's accusing them of watching his content and not reacting hard enough, not speaking enough, not transforming the content. They haven't made it transformative enough, so they're basically stealing content to siphon views away from the H3 podcast to their own channel and get the financial benefits and rewards that come with that, okay? So that is his argument, that even in his video, he does mention, and he says it like, yo, XQC and Asmongold, for example, also reacted to my video, but I'm not going to be suing them because like they didn't do anything wrong, and etc. Well, let us actually check that out because, sorry, it's slowing down a bit, folks. No. Okay, I can close this. One moment. So fucking annoying. Okay, so here, XQC, this is XQC right now, basically admitting that he didn't react hard enough to the content nuke.
Criticism isn't that he's like watching, it's that he's...
Check this out.
1 minute, 36.
Yes. This is Force's analogy, but yes, it's also true. People said react this, react that. We don't hate reacts. It's lazy. I actually invented watching it. I invented watching it. People think reacting on stream. No, watching. I'm not reacting to this. I'm watching this. What about it?
He's taking his time to analyze.
Well, anyway, my criticism isn't that he's like watching. It's that he's watching terrorist propaganda. But it's a little different. But I hear your point. And listen, I respect it.
Okay, so did you guys hear that? Essentially, XQC is admitting on camera that he's not reacting, he's watching. He's like, I'm not even reacting to this, I'm just watching. And Ethan is watching XQC say that. He knows that XQC isn't really reacting, he's not really transforming the content, he's not offering any value to the video other than just watching it and doing a watch along on his channel. So that right there, that tweet was from Measured M. Okay, and then this is XQC's total reaction to the content nuke. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes and 24 seconds. Okay, here is a re-upload of Denim's reaction to the content nuke. It's 3 hours and 55 minutes, almost 4 hours. This is almost a full hour and a half longer than XQC's reaction to the content nuke. Why is XQC not being sued, and why is Denim's getting sued? Why is Frogan getting sued? Why is Caseytron getting sued? Because it was never really about the copyright. It was never really about did they react hard enough to my video. These are people that he has it in with. He's upset at them because they've been calling him a Zionist on the internet for like a year, for like the last year and a half. The H3 audience has been shrinking bit by bit. They're now down to 2.68 million subscribers. Their episodes used to regularly crack 1 million views very easily. Frenemies used to get 2 million views, 3 million views. Now their episodes usually are getting 500,000 views if there's no drama in the episode. If there's drama in the episode, they get anywhere from like 600,000 to like 900,000 views. But they've lost, you could say, easily between 30 to 40% of their viewers. And a lot of the new viewers that have come in are like the shittiest quality fucking audience you can imagine. Incel fucking Central. Sam Hyde fans, XQC fans, Asmongold fans, Nick the Oreo fans, Keemstar fans. Literally, I'm not making this up. Destiny fans. So that has become his new audience. And he's bitter that a lot of his old audience has left and migrated to other channels. Channels like this one. Channels like Chris Kunzler, Hassan, Denim's, Frogan, whoever you want. You know what I mean? So that's what he's kind of upset about, ultimately. And that is why he's suing these people. It has nothing to do with copyright. He doesn't give a fuck that someone watched his video and didn't react hard enough to it. And at this point, he will do anything he can to fuck these people over. You know what I mean? He tried to deplatform them. That didn't work. He tried to deplatform the Arabs. They came back after a month. He tried over and over again. Ultimately, there's only so far he could try to deplatform someone. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get them fired. He's tried to get Matt Lieb fired over and over again. Nothing has worked for Ethan. He's tried to get after their sponsors. He tagged all of the sponsors from the Twitch Sabra Hummus panel. You know what I mean? In his video, he talked about all of them, trying to get the creators in trouble. He tried to get the Twitch CEO fired. That didn't work. Everything Ethan tried to get Hassan or Twitch or anyone that he deems annoying to get them in trouble, it's been failing. So at this point, all he's left with is litigation. He's going to sue them. Even if he can't win the lawsuit, he wants to ruin these people financially. He wants them to spend money on lawyers, on a long, a drawn-out lawsuit that doesn't end, takes a year or two. He spent like 3 or 4 years on his Ryan Kavanaugh lawsuit. He wants to do the same to these people, and he's lost hundreds of thousands of dollars paying his lawyer for Ryan Kavanaugh. He wants these small-time creators, folks, these tiny little creators, compared to him, to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars that they don't have on lawyer fees because he's upset that they called him a Zionist and that the internet doesn't like him because he has been literally spewing Zionist propaganda for a year and a half. And I think also, since he hasn't been able to hurt Hassan, you know what I mean? His main goal was to ruin Hassan's career. Try to get Hassan off of Twitch. Try to make Hassan a non-credible person that he doesn't want like mainstream media to associate with. He wasn't able to do anything to Hassan. Hassan has only been growing in popularity. He's been giving talks at universities. He's been doing speeches at rallies. He's going to rallies. A bunch of publications are writing articles about him and interviews. He hasn't been able to hurt Hassan. So what does he do? Like any supervillain in a comic book movie or comic book, he goes after the hero's loved ones. And not that I'm calling Hassan a superhero, but like, if Hassan is the main character or the main villain in Ethan's eyes, you know what I mean? If he can't hurt Hassan, he's going to hurt everyone around him. People in his entourage, his mods, people that defend Hassan online. If he can't, and maybe that'll persuade Hassan or dissuade Hassan from talking about Ethan. He also wants to just shut people up. He wants to shut people like me up. He doesn't want me to react to his videos anymore because he wants me to be afraid that if I react to Ethan's video, maybe he'll sue me and I don't want to be next. Like, oh no, what's going to happen? That's also part of the calculus. He wants to shut people up. He's sick of being called a Zionist online. He's sick of being called a genocide defender or whatever the fuck. And he wants to shut people up. He doesn't want us to speak out anymore. So he thinks that litigation, scaring people with lawsuits, especially people that can't afford it. He's going for people that, financially might not be able to afford such an expensive fucking lawsuit. You know what I mean? And he also wants to just like embarrass them. He wants them to grovel at his feet. He wants them to either pay him money or like apologize, make a fucking apology video. That's why he's really fucking doing it. You know what I mean? If he can't hurt Hassan, he's going to try to hurt anyone around him. He's going for easy targets. Why didn't he sue me? I was on that list of creators, for example, that he talked about. You know what I mean? Do I react that much harder than Denims and then, than whoever else, than Casey Tron in my videos? Or does he think that maybe I'm kind of a difficult target because I live in Lebanon and like, how is he going to serve me? I don't know. Do you serve papers and something like this? But like, I'm all the way out here. Is it even possible to sue me? Am I even worth the trouble to sue? You know what I mean? And I don't even have any money. Like, if he were to sue me, I would be fucked. I would have to do what Denims and what Casey Tron and what Frogan would have to do, like put up a GoFundMe. Like, hey, I need help to pay for that. And how dumb would I feel asking for money to pay for a lawsuit against Ethan Klein when I should be raising money either for Lebanon or for Palestine? So part of me wouldn't even want to raise money for the lawsuit, bro. I would fucking email Ethan like, yo, bro, let's fucking talk or some shit, because I ain't about to sit here and raise money to pay for like a lawsuit, a frivolous lawsuit that you started. You know what I mean? When I could be raising that money and asking people to give me that money to help my people in Lebanon or for whatever fucking reason. So this whole thing is just fucking dumb. It is literally him just swinging his dick around, trying to scare people, trying to shut them up. He's upset that he's been called a Zionist. He doesn't have the arguments to defend himself. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the words to use to prove to you that he doesn't support Israel. So, like any rich prick, he's just gonna sue. He became Ryan Kavanaugh. He's literally doing what Ryan Kavanaugh did to him. Seriously, bro, the Ethan Klein of 2 to 3 years ago would have been disgusted by today's Ethan Klein. Disgusted and revolted by the person that he's become and his fan base. What a disgusting fan base, honestly. And they're constantly weaponizing like genocide. What if there's a genocide going on? Why are you talking about that? They're such pieces of shit, bro. What a disgusting audience. And I'm so glad that I'm not associated with these fucking nasty ass people anymore, bro. Like, I'm so glad to be out of that fucking, whatever you want to call it, a cult, a whatever it is. But as you guys saw, Denims' reaction is like an hour and a half longer than XQC's. Why isn't he suing XQC? This is literally about going after people that he doesn't like. And if one technique didn't work, if deplatforming them didn't work, if doing X or Y didn't work, then he's going to do literally the next best thing in his mind, which is sue them. That's literally it. That is literally what has been happening, and it's kind of pathetic. Well, I think I lost the... Let me move this back here. Whoopsie. Sorry, folks. Oh, what? Oh, my God, look at that. So I got to move. Okay. Okay, so there's a couple of interesting videos that came out kind of showing us how Ethan was just a few little years ago. So I know what the fuck's happening here. What? Okay, one sec, folks. Technical difficulties. Let's cut to Maki as I deal with that stuff real quick. Again, folks, I'm getting a brand new streaming PC. They are building it now. Should be ready to go in like a day or two, I would hope. Should be ready on Saturday. And by the time I set it up, oh, look at Maki's little ears twitching. Sorry, I'm just to tell you guys what's happening right now. Firefox is like slowed down to a crawl. Maybe I have too many tabs open, but it is not being cooperative right now. It is not cooperating with me. Get to me. Yeah, it's not cooperating at all. Let's close this down. Let's close this tab. Let's close this tab. I think Twitter is just a piece of shit too. And I mean my laptop at this point. We know that. Okay, so. Where's that other one? There's this one fucking tweet that's giving me a very hard fucking time for some fucking reason. Fuck it. Okay. Here's Ethan Klein talking about opening up their IP to the world. This is the thing that Hassan does. Hassan lets anyone take his content and repurpose it, make clips out of it. Ethan's Basement is doing Hassanimated, where he takes Hassan clips and turns them into these short little animated clips that he uploads on his channel. Hassan lets everyone make money off of those videos. He lets them monetize them. There's been so many stories of like people that have paid off their college tuition by making Hassan edits on YouTube and being able to like make a bunch of money. So Ethan, after spending a bunch of time with Hassan and after hosting leftovers with him, was kind of inspired to do the same thing. And here he is basically announcing that he wanted to do the same thing and wanted to open up their IP so that other people, other creators can use their content to make clips, whatever, monetize it.
Oh, a little show note. Oh, I want to say a little show note. Okay. Here's to all the industrial entrepreneuring spirits out there. I am opening our IP to the world. This is a message with peace and love.
You can now make your own H3 podcast. That's right, everyone.
I guess you could.
What you mean?
That's not what I mean.
Oh,
That's not what I mean. No.
Gotcha.
You can't make a fake H3 podcast. Although you probably could actually, because I don't think anyone would mistake it.
I mean, if it's a parody, you can do whatever you want.
Anyone would mistake
How
it.
crazy is that?
So our IP is open. I got inspired by Hassan. He has the Hassan Industrial Complex. So I want the Ethan Industrial Complex. I think it's a good idea. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool.
And it's actually crazy how like many people are seemingly making a decent living from having their own clips channels of him. Mm-hmm. So if you want to cut up clips from the podcast, from our members live, from anything with me in it, go for it, man. Monetize it. I will not claim. I will not remove. I will not do anything. I mean, to be fair, it's basically been my policy. I don't claim or remove anything really at all.
But now you're making it explicit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you see, and like, I do remember him at one point either reversing that decision because like there was some kind of a confusion. People were like copywriting. I can't remember what happened, but I remember them talking about it briefly on the podcast. Like there was some kind of confusion. People were doing stuff with videos and they were getting claimed automatically. So it was like, okay, I think I have to reverse the decision because it's causing some. So I lit a cigarette, folks, because I was a little bit stressed out because of my computer heating the fuck up, and I got to smoke something to chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I opened the window. Maki's out of the room. I don't want to hear nothing in the chat. So, but then Ethan kind of clarifies that on his Instagram stories. And he adds some context to it, but it still doesn't affect what was actually happening. But here's the update that he shared on Instagram.
Like an episode. And we used to have that big problem. We were on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I'll remove something is like if it's just a wholesale re-uploading of like an episode. And we used to have that big problem. We were on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you're re-uploading just full VODs, then that you cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're cutting highlights, yes. If you're just re-uploading a video, that's stupid, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. So here he's saying like,
the only time I'll remove something is
full streams. Like if we do a 3-hour podcast, you can't just re-upload the thing as it is. But that's not what Denims did. Like you know what I mean? He's trying to make it sound like by him sharing that on Twitter, on Instagram, he's trying to make it seem like that's what Denims did. She's just wholesale re-uploaded my video for her viewers to watch. Like that's not what happened, bro. Like again, if that's gonna be your argument to the lawyer, good luck with that. You know what I mean? Because that is not at all what she did. She reacted to the video. You know what I mean? So did Casey Tron. So did the Frogan. So, like, I don't think that's gonna happen. Some people are smoking. Some people are drinking. Enjoy, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying. So that's Ethan clarifying that, but I don't think that changes because again, that's not at all what Denims did. So if he's trying to share that as like a gotcha, that's not what that is. And here he is with Trisha. Here's a clip of him and Trisha telling her why she shouldn't use copyright law.
Little shitty videos that get 1,000 views and trying to bring up old shit, and I'm like, this is shame being like.
He's telling her not to take down videos and stuff. She shouldn't use copyright law against creators who are talking shit about her. Again, this is Ethan from just a couple of years ago.
And then I saw their little shitty videos that get 1,000 views and trying to bring up old shit, and I'm like, this is shame being like, remember when Trisha did this? Like she did this. Like there was stuff where they, it's crazy. I'm trying to get it taken down.
There was that one guy. Don't do that.
Belen became a member of the channel. Thank you so much, Belen. And H3 just sent $2 and says, "He's a lawyer taunted Frogan in Arabic." Yeah, Ethan's lawyer taunted Frogan in Arabic. Check Discord. I do have the complaints. I'll try to open them in a second and we'll try to look at them. But yeah, I did see there's like an Arabic link in there. I can't open Discord. Okay, so that's a funny thing. I can't open Discord on stream because my computer will literally explode. This is why I'm building a new computer and it'll be ready for next week. But if I try to open Discord when everything else that's open with OBS, with all of these tabs, my computer will literally like blow up. So we cannot do that, unfortunately.
Well, I got to take it down.
One title. I'll just say it, whatever. Joy Sparkle BS. And I'm going to take down her video. I'm trying to get her channel down.
Why?
She did 30 videos about me. And the title is Trisha Paytas raped Moses.
Oh, well.
Like, you can't just... First of all, not true. And you...
By the way, I'm barely smoking the cigarette. I've literally taken like 4 puffs, okay? You can go back and count them.
You can't just say that. It's another one saying Moses dated minors. Not true. Like, you can't fucking just make shit up.
So you can sue her for defamation, but you can't.
She has no money. That's the problem. These people are broke, piss ass shit, and all that stuff like that. And it's like they get away with it because they have nothing to lose. They have no reputation. And you guys are
Happy
gross.
birthday,
They're
Bellin.
gross. I just want.
Bellin says, of course, I love this pod. It's my gift to myself for my birthday today. Lamau, everybody wish Bellin a happy birthday in the chat. Happy birthday, Bellin.
The channel taken down.
But
like,
that's not how the DMCA works. That's for copyright.
okay, but if you open a lawsuit, YouTube will be more than apt to take down the videos. If you're saying I raped somebody,
Then they're doing defamation and you sue them. That's how the law works.
I just want the YouTube. I'll do it just to get the YouTube
there we
channel down
go.
because she has no money. I won't win the money if they can at least get the channel down because they can't. You can't say that on YouTube.
If you win a lawsuit, then you can
I'm
just show
gonna do
YouTube
it
and they'll take
just
it
for
down
that. That's not like fair use or anything. Like that's not fair use. You're literally saying that that's like that's a crime that you're saying. It's like
and that's
killed
why
my mother. Or
that's why
something.
defamation exists. Because
Yeah, that's a big one. And
that's
that one I
defamation.
won't. So and that was crazy. And I was like, this girl's there's something wrong with her.
But surely there's not that much views on it, and people
like 1,000, 2,000.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
But she
bother
did like
yourself with
30 videos and it like won't stop. And I was like, okay, but this is Shane, and I know because he feeds people information. Talk
Just
said it,
don't.
whatever.
You can't. If
What?
you can't,
What a loser to be like. Being, oh, Trisha, look at this. What? Remember this? Remember
You
this?
just gotta
Cruise?
not.
Moses? It's like
You can't look
fucking
at that shit.
So annoying.
Look at Ethan. He's saying, oh, you can't look at that shit. Just ignore it. Ethan, take your own advice, bro. It's too late now. He should have taken his own advice a year ago, bro. Ignore that shit, okay, man? If I go to the H3 subreddit and see what your fans write about me every day, I would lose my fucking mind, bro. Who wouldn't? You just gotta ignore that shit, man. Fuck it.
You know what? And it's like it's just more the principle of it. Like I'm just not gonna let. Fucking,
sorry, I thought he was.
they're like the worst kind of backwoods.
Dude, there's so many little channels like that are willing to say and do anything. Like, if you get too concerned with each one, it's just
No,
it
but
turns into too
sometimes
much.
you gotta just for the.
You see all these little channels, like Ethan gave us all this attention. Like, you know what I mean? If he just ignored us, I had 11,000 subscribers when I made my first Ethan Klein video. Now I have 28,000 subscribers. If he had just ignored us, or at least listened to us in a constructive way, you know what I mean? Like, listen to what we had to say, like, kind of respectfully, and just, like, address what we had to say. But, like, that's not what he did. He went after people. He was bitter. He was petty. He tried to get people in trouble. He tried to get people to deplatform. He would call people names, insults, make fun of their looks. So it's like he gave us all this attention. He gave us all this attention. He sent all of his viewers over to us, and now he's complaining that we're stealing his viewers, or, like, we're trying to... Like, bro, you did that yourself. You ruined your own podcast. You ruined your reputation, and now you're mad at us for being there as a market replacement when you're the one who drove your fans away. It's like you go to a restaurant, they fuck up your order. You go to the competition. You can't sue the competition, bro. You fucked up the order. You fucked up the customer's burger. So he went to fucking Burger King instead of McDonald's. Like, whatever the fuck. Is McDonald's going to sue Burger King because one of their old customers now wanted to go to Burger King?
Principle.
And I know people are going to say, well, Anthony, actually, he's suing them because they didn't react hard enough to his video and they stole. No, bro. If that's what he was suing them for, he would have sued XQC. Okay? He's suing these people because he fucking hates them, because they've been calling him a Zionist, and he has no other way of shutting them up except to sue them. Okay? If his actual problem was silent reacting or not reacting hard enough, he could have sued XQC. He could have done a bunch of other things fucking ages ago. Him choosing to do that, there's a fucking reason for it. So don't act stupid and don't think that we're fucking idiots.
Like, you can't literally say Trisha
Okay, but I don't
murdered her fiance.
Okay, but I just don't want you to get yourself in trouble. So don't do a DMCA because that is illegal.
I'm not. I never said I was gonna do it.
Well, you said you want to get the channel taken down, so I thought that's what you meant.
Because it's like straight up harassment, bullying, defamation, the whole channel.
There's no mechanism through YouTube where you can get it removed for that reason.
Yeah, There totally is bullying and harassment. I've been filing it all around.
Okay,
it's
bullying and
harassment.
harassment.
Making so many videos about the same person.
Okay, yeah.
They do. Look at Leafy. Leafy is here. Got his channel taken down.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. If that's what you meant, then I agree. You can get it down for bullying.
1,000%. It's just a lot. Like, okay, 1 or 2, fine. You're gonna keep perpetuating these like lies.
So here, let me show you.
They love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You're a little pissed.
They're gonna make 10 videos out of this
They're gonna
for
be so
sure.
excited.
Hi, just wave. Hi.
Oh my god.
Hi, fuckers.
Oh god. I mean, I feel bad for these people, but whatever.
So let me show you what Logan said, and you tell me if I'm overreacting.
You see how like he's literally kind of like not taking it seriously. He's like, hey haters, how's it going? That's how we should be treating this situation.
I mean, I talked about it for like an hour.
Am I overreacting?
No, this is the video Logan said
No, I
about.
mean to my situation that just happened. Now am I overreacting?
Well,
is it not that serious?
Listen. I wouldn't say you're not. I wouldn't say you're overreacting because it's hard not to feel offended when someone's making such outrageous and defamatory statements about you in public. But because it's such a small amount of views that like at a certain point, it's probably healthier for you to just forget it, try to forget it exists than try to wage a war on them, because they're such a small target that like ultimately it's a lose-lose for you. Yeah. Any attention you give them benefits.
They're such a small target. It's a lose-lose for you. Any attention you give them benefits them. Whoopsie. Sorry, 1 second. I was sent the Discord document with the Arabic in there. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Nour. Let's get back to. Sorry, what happened to the other one?
Fits them, and any attention you give them not only doesn't benefit you, it just wastes your precious time and energy, which they're just so far beneath you.
Love that. Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm over it. You can keep.
Folks, we just avoided the fire. The cigarette I threw in the trash can wasn't completely turned off, and I was smelling something weird. A little fire was starting. Oh, I would have ended up on live stream fails. Lebanese man burns his house down after smoking a cigarette indoors. Let's just rewind a little bit here.
Small target that like ultimately it's a lose-lose for you. Yeah. Any attention you give them benefits them, and any attention you give them not only doesn't benefit you, it just wastes your precious time and energy, which they're just so far beneath you.
Love that.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys.
Waste your precious time and energy, which they're just so far beneath you. Not only doesn't benefit you, it just wastes your precious time and energy, which they're just so far beneath you.
Love that. Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm over it. You can keep the channel up.
He was so calm, bro. Seriously, what a different person, man. He was genuinely a different person. I do not recognize this man anymore. Okay, this was also a good point. Now, I don't know if anyone knows here, if anyone's like a legal expert, or if anyone understands anything here. Sunflower Dragon just gifted 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. That's very sweet of you. Very generous. Thank you for the gifted. Welcome to everyone. Cook sends $2. Hey, Anthony, are you a fan of any sports teams, NFL or MLB? No, I don't watch baseball or football. Weirdly enough, when I moved to the States in 2007 or 2008, and I signed up to like Bank of America to get a bank account, I got a Redskins debit card. I'm like, I want to blend in with the Americans, you know what I mean? So I want to have a football team on my debit card. But then every time I would use it, people would ask me like, hey, did you watch the game last night? And I'd have to be like, no, not really. So that was kind of a bad idea. And the Redskins is a very racist name for a football team. And I know they changed it now to something else. So, oh my God, the fire's still going, folks. Fire's still going. Look at that. What the fuck? What is happening? Live stream fails, folks. Here we go. We're going to solve it right now with some water, folks. Problem solved. What the fuck? Always make sure, folks, when you're turning off a cigarette indoors, this is turning into a public service announcement. Make sure it is turned off well. Don't be distracted by whatever live streaming you're doing. Fucking stinking up the place. Last cigarette I ever smoked in here, folks, I promise you. So no, I'm not a fan. And the one team that I did, try to pretend to like, to blend in with the Americans, with the whites, it was a very problematic name. Yeah, the Redskins. Madness Arcade sends $5. The Seeds podcast dropped a new episode with Melissa Barrera as a guest. Check it out. Also, check out MC Abdul. If MC Abdul is a little Palestinian boy that raps, he's adorable. And damn, that's very cool. I should try to check that out sometime. Melissa Barrera, as you guys know, got fired from Scream 7 for being vocal about what was happening in Palestine. So she's kind of a badass, folks. We love her. And we gave her like an A. We tiered her. We put her on an A on their tier list, anti-Zionist tier list. Sunflower Dragon sends $2. I liked Ethan back then. Shame what he's become. I know. He's a completely different person. I used to really like him back then. Thomas Jerome Noon, thank you so much for the 5,500 CLP. He says, must be Ritalin. Was it Ethan? Ethan being chill off the Ritalin, right? Yeah. Must have been the drugs. Is he off the drugs now? Haley D. I saw Mossad sneak in and relight it after you threw it away. I know, right? These sneaky Mossad agents want to burn me down, folks. It ain't my stupidity that's causing this. It's the Israelis. Anyways, I don't know how legit is this. If anyone here kind of understands the law, let me know if this makes sense. So this information tracker says Ethan Klein is suing his enemies for reacting to his content nuke on Hassan Piker. However, he explicitly states that out of goodwill, he won't sue creators like XQC and Asmongold for doing the same. The fool just admitted it's a malicious lawsuit. Can it get thrown out? Also, he says, Ethan said in this clip that he doesn't care about the money and he's just suing to spite a few people. You're supposed to be suing for damages. You can't admit that you're not suing for money. And also another thing that he talked about, that he mentioned, was that he trapped people. And then he used entrapment, like he set the video as bait to try and get these people to react to it. Does that hurt his case? Like, does admitting that on camera, saying that you put this video up as bait to get these people to react to it, is him saying that he's not going to sue some people, but he's going to sue some other people? Does that affect his credibility in that lawsuit? Like, can a judge see that? And now a lot of people are saying, like, so Drac Doripa in the comments is saying Ethan might win as far as I understand it. So look, I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm not a legal expert, but can it get thrown out because of those things? So people are saying nope, it can't. Entrapment is only a concept against police, unfortunately. Oh, okay. That's correct. That was an anti-SLAPP laws protect against, but not entrapment. That only applies to crimes. Okay. Anti-SLAPP laws. Okay. So I guess that doesn't really hurt. But but him admitting, like, can't Denim's lawyer show XQC's video as proof, and Ethan saying, I'm not going to sue XQC, but I'm going to sue Denim's. Now, I guess what he's going to use to sue Denim's and Frogan and Caseytron is the fact that they're saying, like, hey, don't watch it on Ethan's channel, watch it on our channel. But like, I mean, Frogan's saying thank you for watching it ethically. I don't think you have a case there, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. It's kind of annoying. Madness Arcade sends another $5. He says it's not that he wasn't a different person, it's that he put in more effort to hide nature back then. He married IDF soldier. He always sucked. Plus smoking bad. I know. Smoking is bad, and smoking almost killed me. So never happening again, Madness Arcade, I promise. Nola Magnolia, a member for 4 months, says BBC just reported that a judge ordered Mahmoud Khalil's release from ICE custody. Let's fucking go, folks. W's in the chat for Mahmoud Khalil. Mahmoud Khalil is out, folks. Let's fucking go. He can finally meet his baby. He can finally meet his child, yo. So Drac Doripa says it depends on the judge's digression and if they find them to be ironic or serious. Look, I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope they can find a way out. It just sucks that, Ethan is just kind of... If he genuinely cared about copyright, if he genuinely cared about protecting his content, if he genuinely was harmed financially by it, you know what I mean? If he was a small creator that got harmed and was suing someone, maybe I can understand and forgive it. But knowing the reasons why he's suing, even if they are diverting viewers, bro, let me just say right now, even if Denims got on camera and was like, hey, I don't want you guys to support Ethan. I think he's a Zionist. I think he's an asshole. Come to my channel and let's react to his video together. I don't even think Ethan should sue for that, bro. He shouldn't sue for that because ultimately it has no impact on him. But him suing these people is going to have such a bad PR impact on him, which will eventually affect him financially in the long run. No one's going to want to support him anymore except those shitty fucking Destiny fans that are not real fans, that are going to spend money on Teddy Fresh and going to the live shows and buying merch and all that shit. They're not real fans. They're just there for the drama. They're there to see Ethan yell at their least favorite creator. They're just there to see Ethan make fun of Anissa and iDubbbz because it's an easy dunk for him and them. You know what I mean? They're not actually going to support Ethan. Everything that Ethan is doing now is going to cost him in the long run so much more money. You know what I mean? He's alienating so many more people. You know what I mean? Fans of all these creators, like, and he's replacing them with garbage. He's getting rid of high quality, high spending, high value fans. And I'm ashamed to say it, I have spent thousands of dollars on Teddy Fresh. I challenge his new fans, his new Destiny fans, his new Asmongold fans, his new XQC fans to want to fucking wear Teddy Fresh, bro. So many of us have been driven away, and yeah, it's kind of crazy. So apparently that's not going to impact the lawyer. Here, oh, this is something that I found. So let's look at Ethan's Basement really quick. Ethan's Basement, I'm not sure if he's still in the chat, but Ethan's Basement is a close friend of the show. Those beautiful Nata and Maki stickers were designed by the one and only Ethan's Basement. So he just shared this on Twitter. Ethan Klein sent me a doxing threat for a thumbnail I've made, accusing me of lying when the thumbnail just shows an IG story he wrote himself. I did not respond, so he later sent me a new threatening email showing he has my personal information, which I have never shared online. So Ethan Klein, and Bad Empanada was talking about this. Like, Ethan Klein is legitimately sending people to like spy on these other creators. He doxed Frogan in the lawsuit. He doxed Denims in the lawsuit. He's getting access to these people's names, which they've never shared publicly. And right now he's done the same to Ethan's Basement over a fucking thumbnail. Like, the fact that Ethan is so personally involving himself. Like, imagine me emailing someone about a fucking thumbnail. He's got 3 kids. He's got a whole business to take care of. He's got a podcast with like, I don't know how many employees. He's emailing Ethan's Basement about a thumbnail. Is he just not busy at all? You know what I mean? So you need to change that thumbnail ASAP. This is to Ethan's Basement. Ethan Klein, we both know the part you highlighted is intentionally misleading. You can criticize me, but don't lie. I want to be polite and give you the chance to fix it. Then, after Ethan's Basement doesn't respond, he replies and he writes his full name. Okay, let's say his name is John Paul. He says, John Paul, have you made a decision here? So literally like winking, like, by the way, I know who you are, wink, wink, and this can get way worse for you if you don't comply. What a fucking dick. Such a fucking asshole. And then these are the thumbnails in question. This is the thumbnail that he updated after Ethan was annoying about it. Ethan's Basement actually did fix it. And he highlighted a line that he wanted to highlight, and this is Ethan writing. He said, take it in, friends, the dumbest tweet of all time, no state. Like, this is exactly what Ethan wrote. He just fucking copied it as is. But Ethan's too fucking dumb. Ethan's Basement, your new name is John Paul, by the way. Jean-Paul, I don't make the rules. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And finally, you know, Ethan has been very proud of his new friendship with Harley Morenstein. They've had Harley Morenstein on their podcast like 3 to 4 times in the past 3 weeks to exclusively make fun of iDubbbz and Anissa and Creator Clash. And as you guys know, famously, Harley Morenstein, a Jewish man trained with known anti-Semite and Nazi and pedophile Sam Hyde. Okay, he trained with him. So that person is now a common guest on the H3 podcast. Friend of anti-Semite Sam Hyde is now a regular on the H3 podcast. Fans of Sam Hyde and fans of Harley Morenstein and haters of iDubbbz are all now fans of the H3 podcast. Here is an excerpt of an interview with Bradley Martin and Sam Hyde, where Sam Hyde, again, the man who trained Harley Morenstein, friend of Harley Morenstein, Sam Hyde, where Sam Hyde openly admits to being an anti-Semite. He literally says, I'm anti-Semitic. These are the people, folks, that Ethan Klein is now fraternizing with. These are the people that he's inviting on his podcast. Okay, he's never had Sam Hyde on his podcast directly, but he's been very complimentary of Sam Hyde, calling him hilarious, saying that what Sam Hyde said about iDubbbz was true, inviting Harley Morenstein on, talking with Harley, making fun of iDubbbz, making fun of Anissa, all things that Sam Hyde does. So whether directly or indirectly, Ethan Klein has been condoning what Sam Hyde says. He's been condoning what Sam Hyde does and what he believes. And let's watch this fucking clip of Sam Hyde literally admitting he's anti-Semitic.
Was that it was anti-Semitic? Because this is what I heard about you. That's the only thing I heard was that this guy's anti-Semitic. So
that was part of it.
Are you or are you not?
I am. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is Ethan Klein going to react to that clip on his podcast episode tonight? They have one more episode to go before they go on break for 2 weeks. Do you think Ethan should react to a clip where Sam Hyde, the man he's complimented multiple times on his podcast, the man whose whole narrative about iDubbbz he has adopted as his own. iDubbbz is a cuck, and he says the devil. Harley Mornstein is also joining in on the fun because he's irrelevant as fuck, and he needs to get back in people's good graces, so he wants to make fun of iDubbbz and Anissa. The man that they associate with, Sam Hyde, literally just admitted to being an anti-Semite. Whoopsie.
It's anti-Semitic because this is what I heard about you. That's the only thing I heard was that this guy's anti-Semitic. So
that was part of it.
Are you or are you not?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, you're anti-Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is a bold statement.
Not.
You're anti-Zionist.
Not in a way
That's the latest thing.
Not in a way where I like see a Jewish person. I'm friends with like Harley but I'm not.
Friends with Harley? You mean friend of H3 Harley Mornstein? Okay, cool. He's an open anti-Semite. He's anti-Jew.
I'm not like anti every Jewish person that I meet, but they're definitely in positions of power where they're exercising their power in a way that is definitely unfair and unjust. Yeah.
They worked their way up to that position though. These guys invented Hollywood. Right? They're clever and
they did invent
Hollywood. I think Jewish.
Sam Hyde is dropping all of the anti-Jew stereotypes. Like they control. They're in every industry. They control all the industries. They control this. They control that. Okay, what else, Sam Hyde?
People are smart. Like
they're clever. They have.
But that's no reason to hate them. That's like player hating.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm not saying I hate them because they're good at Hollywood.
No, but what do you hate them for then?
Well, they're sort of at the upper echelon. Is it echelon or echelon? Echelon. They're at the upper echelon of academia, finance, politics in this country.
So shouldn't white people earn that the way they did?
I mean, if you want to live in La La Land, sure, but if
but it's like a meritocracy.
They should be at the top. They should be at the top of those industries in Israel.
But you believe in...
They should be at the top of so he wants Jews to only be at the top of industries in Israel. Does that mean a Chinese person can only be at the top of industry in China? If you're Chinese, you're not allowed to be the leader of any industry or any company in America. If you're French, you're only allowed to be a leader in France. If you're Sri Lankan, you're only allowed to be a leader in Sri Lanka. Get the fuck out of here. America is for the Americans and the whites. If you're white, you can be a leader in America. If you're brown, you got to go back to brown land and be a leader there. That's what Sam Hyde believes.
Meritocracy, I assume, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So then, but you think you're a comedian, so if you be funnier than everyone else, they'll book you everywhere else,
I am funnier than everyone else, and they don't book me anywhere, and I don't care because I don't believe in meritocracy.
Oh, hilarious.
That's not funny. I believe in power.
So you don't mind saying that you're anti-Semitic?
It doesn't make me feel good. I don't want to be. I'm not.
Oh, it hurts me, Bradley. It hurts me to say that I hate Jewish people. I don't want to hate Jewish people. I don't want to. He hates Muslims too, by the way. Like he fucking hates. He doesn't watch the UFC because he thinks there's too many Muslims in the UFC, and he's disgusted by Khabib and by other fighters that come from Dagestan. Like literally, there's clips of him online saying the most vile shit. I don't want to be anti-Semitic. I don't want to be Islamophobic, Bradley. But it's just the way it is. You know, it's just the way society works.
I'm not a hateful person. Like I don't want to see anybody suffer, and I'm not like a, but I'm not whatever. But look at what they're doing, bro. What do you think about it, man?
About which part?
What a crazy fucking answer, bro. And this guy's like, dude, America, honestly, I'm sorry, but like America is cooked. Like this whole generation of men, like I don't feel like I can relate to Americans at all anymore. Like the direction where like young men, not even that young, like in their fucking mid-20s to 30s, bro. So many men are so fucking cringy right now. The fucking incel generation, the Sam Hyde generation, the XQC, Asman Gold generation. Like what the fuck happened, bro? Like I used to like American culture, bro. Like I used to kind of like that shit. Now it's like, bro, what in the world is happening to people? People's brains are fucking cooked, bro.
They're actually, dude. How much money do you make?
I make a good amount of money.
You make
a ton of money in tax.
Bro, you see the sweet ass house we're at?
Do you make like $10 million a year, more than that?
I mean, I don't really share it. But
Come
okay,
on,
so
man.
imagine. So you're paying. You're paying what, like $5 million in taxes?
I pay a lot of money.
So do you know that money is going to fucking pay for genocide?
Is that tax deductible?
Is what tax deductible?
Genocide tax deductible. I mean, it is if you're Boeing or Lockheed Martin or something. But like you and I are both paying for people to be genocided.
And like, like now the fact that he says that, This makes pro-Palestinians look bad. When you have a guy who's like, yeah, I hate Jews. I'm legitimately anti-Semitic. By the way, Israel is committing a genocide. Like, now you care about the genocide. Like, now you care. He doesn't give a fuck about the genocide. He fucking hates Arabs. He fucking hates Muslims. He literally stopped watching. He doesn't watch UFC because there's too many Muslims. So for him to be like, oh, but the Israelis are genociding. That's why I really hate them. He fucking hates the Jews regardless. He just doesn't like Jewish people. Okay? That's literally what it is. So... that man, friend of Harley Mornstein, a regular new contributor on the H3 podcast. And H3's whole new iDubbbz narrative is basically plucked out from the Sam Hyde school of thought. Like, that is literally what this all is right now. How fucking disgusting is that? Let me just catch up on some super chats real quick. Nogzolato sends $2 and says, Ethan should follow his own advice, Lamau, on this. I know. He's talking about when he was talking to Trisha. Exactly. Bahumbra sends $5 and says, I saw that Ethan's lawyer was once a settler in the West Bank. My family is mostly in Tulkram, which has settlers east. I sure feel Starworldly supported. Oh, Bahumbra, you're Palestinian. That's fucking awesome, bro. Yeah, his lawyer is definitely a West Bank settler. His name is Ron Nassim. What? Bin Ram Nassim? I forgot his name. He looks like a fucking robot. Sunflower Dragon sends $20. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. That's so fucking generous. I'm a paralegal in Florida. He can sue who he chooses. I think this is the best case lawyer could come up with for him. That says a lot. It's weak. He hopes to drag it on and on so they run out of funds and beg him to settle. That's also a very, very realistic option. If he doesn't think he can win, which I don't know. I'm not a fucking legal expert. I should get a lawyer on maybe to try to find out. But like, I don't know if he can actually win. But if he can't win, absolutely. Suing someone is just a way to fucking ruin their lives slowly. You know what I mean? It's a war of attrition. Who can spend more money on lawyers is the person that can last the longest, essentially. You can keep appealing shit and more appeals and this and that, and it never fucking ends. It never fucking ends. Bob Vorn sends $2 and says, Supreme Falafel Deluxe Fund. Well, thank you so much, Bob Vorn. I'm going to buy a falafel truck by the time you're done with me. Nola Magnolia has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Bahumbra says, I'm backing the Falafel Fund with $5. That's so fucking generous. Thank you so much, Bahumbra. Love you so much. Thomas Jerome Newton with another 5,500 CLP. It's not like because Arabs, Kurds, and Jews fight amongst each other due to European colonizer manipulation interference. Exactly. You know what I mean? We just fight each other because we hate each other. There's no interference in this region at all, Thomas Jerome Newton. I don't know what you're smoking. Marmar sends €2 and says, £2. He hasn't heard of Christian Zionists. He hasn't. Ethan Klein has not heard of Christian Zionists, folks. Oh, are you talking about? You're talking about our boy Sam Hyde. I don't think so. Yeah, how fucking crazy is that Sam Hyde interview? Like, it's kind of shocking. Like, yeah, I'm anti-Semitic, and he says it on a fucking mainstream ass fucking podcast with Bradley Martin. It's not like it's like a some kind of obscure fucking thing. Do you guys want to look at the Denims complaint and the Frogan complaint? Because, I mean, they're pretty long, and I don't want to accidentally dox them because their names are on there. But let's see. In the Frogan complaint, apparently, Nour sent me the photo that was sent on Discord of the lawyer using Arabic. Let me just take a quick sip of water. By the way, 479 of you guys in the live chat right now. Welcome. It is 9:30 p.m. right now in Lebanon, in the Middle East, folks. It is nighttime. Hopefully you guys are doing good wherever you're watching us from, whether you're in the U.S. 7 hours early, whether it's 2 p.m. in the East Coast, 11 a.m. on the West Coast, or if you guys are in Europe or something. So what does, and Nour, can you please send this to Anthony? The settler lawyer wrote something in Arabic in Frogan's lawsuit to taunt her. Would like to hear Anthony's take. So here he writes, ضربتني وبكت سيقتني واشتكت. What? ضربتني وبكيت. Okay, so he says she hit me and she cried. سبقتني واشتكت. And then she advanced me and then I sued. That's can someone read this better than I can? ضربتني وبكت. So he's like, she hit me and I cried, or she. It's unclear if he's saying she cried or I cried, because normally you put like a harakat. There's like little things you put, characters you add on top of Arabic letters to know whether you're saying ba or bu, b or ba, stuff like that. So it's not clear if he says bekat, oh, he cried. ضربتني وبكت. I think he's saying she cried. So she hit me and then she cried, and then sabakatni, which means she like overtook me. She overtook me and then I sued her. Any Arabic speakers in the chat? So he says, Frogan began streaming in June 2019 and on a more regular basis in August 2021. Frogan's career peaked in August 22 when she averaged 738 viewers a stream. Ever since, Frogan has steadily lost popularity. In January 2025, the month of Frogan's group viewing session of The Nuke. Oh, so they're trying to show that, like, this was a boost to her career or something, right? She preceded me, then cried. Yeah, so preceded me, I guess. Like, I think what he means is sabakatni. So sabakatni means elle m'a dépassé in French. That means, like, you overtook me in a race. If you're running after someone and then you overtake someone, sabakat hada al-shakhs. You have overtaken that person. So, but yeah, I wouldn't say preceded. Yeah, overtook me. I guess I would say overtook me and cried. But that doesn't make sense in my head. Like, why would you say that? No one says sabakatni wa bakat. It's clearly an Israeli who thinks he knows Arabic, trying to speak Arabic, but he doesn't really know what the fuck it means. He probably did it off of Google Translate. Nice try, you settler fucker. Bahumbra, thank you for the translation. She hit me and cried. She preceded me and complained. Thank you for the generous $10. Stop it, Bahumbra, please, please. That's more than enough. You really, guys, I don't want you guys to over donate. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody chill. Everybody chill. Okay, so do you guys want to see? Should I open the complaints and we try to look at them real quick? Let me do that, and let me try to avoid doxing the ladies. By scrolling down. So are their names only on the first page? Exhibit A. Does he use their full names throughout the thing? How many pages are these? Guys, I don't know if I can read all of these. I do want to continue the Frogan one just because of the Arabic part. Sorry, these are very annoying to like shuffle through. Flip right. It was kind of annoying. Sorry guys, I don't think I'm gonna go through the complaints because they seem kind of annoying to open, and I don't think it's gonna be very fun going through these together. So fuck it. Let's have some fun, folks. We're done with the H3 stuff. Let us watch some Her Take, because I want to get... That is the most important thing for me to watch today, other than all this H3 stuff. A man threw a tampon at Anna Kasparian, folks, for defending Palestine, okay? Let us get back to here. So, as you guys know, me and Nour have reacted to 2 episodes of Her Take. They've now recently started live streaming. They've now joined our live streaming family, folks. I'm sure we have inspired them. They were inspired by the Do Not Worry podcast to start live streaming. So this is their 8th episode, and they're joined by this fucking guy who's from the PBD podcast. This dude is like a mega Zionist. He has the biggest boner for Israel. What's his fucking name? And Adam, okay, so his name is Adam Sosnick. Okay, he's from the PBD podcast, Valuetainment. And Valuetainment, it's the same company that produces the PBD podcast. So this guy is works for the same company that Anna Kasparian does. Please keep that in mind after we see sort of like their shitty interaction.
Obviously, there's no way to know if I'm right.
Okay, let's start with Israel versus Iran. Let's start with that. And then we'll switch to the tampon incident, which happens in U.S.-Israel agenda. Let us change the speed to 1.25. Folks, you're not going to want... I know you guys hate Her Take, and it's not been a very popular series when we live stream it, but there's a tampon being thrown. This is what we watch this show for, okay? And it's happened finally. Let me just catch up with some super chats really quickly. Sunflower Dragon sends another $5. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. Shout out Haley D. Paralegals unite. Writing in Arabic in the complaint shows tremendous bias, in my opinion. It's 100% unrelated to the case. Wow. Vendetta. Yeah, they also compared Hassan to like the Mufti from like Iran. Like insane shit. No, I know. Like the lawyer is completely nuts, but I think going through these complaints will literally take like an hour. And I got limited time tonight, folks. Marina Nimes sends it's like darabne ubaka saba'ne ushtaka. Ah, okay. Okay, there we go. Marina with the actual translation, folks. Nuna Ninja sends 20 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, Nuna. That's so generous. Excited for this episode. Just ordered a shawarma from the local Lebanese restaurant. There you fucking go. Can you imagine there's Lebanese shawarma so far north? In the Inuit Arctic, yummy shawarma. Kaluit. Oh my, that's so fucking. Did you get chicken or beef? Let us know. We have to know, Nuna Ninja. Did you get chicken or beef shawarma? And please let us know if it's as delicious as it sounds. But please don't let us know via super chat. Just send a regular chat and someone will let us know. Let us get to her take, folks. H3 is going on vacation, by the way, for 2 weeks, folks. So we're not going to be covering H3 for the next couple of weeks, unless he says something crazy tonight in their live stream that I have to respond to this weekend. But then they're taking a break, and we get to take a break from them as well. Let's watch Anna Kasparian. The lady that, look, I'll get to it later. We know Anna's been kind of, becoming a centrist and a Republican, etc. But when she's on her take and when she's the only one making sense, and now that she's getting a tampon thrown on her, at her, I think I'm gonna be on Team Anna, folks.
All right, team. Welcome to Her Take. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, click the bell notification so you never miss a show. Today's guest is Adam Sosnick from the PBD podcast. Adam, welcome.
Thank you. I feel like I'm at a club in South Beach and I'm at a promoter table and I have all the chicks with me, so this feels very at home to me.
All right, well then we're gonna do fine. I just want to remind
Jillian.
I want to remind everybody. I've been warned by Vinny
All the chicks.
that I need to be excellent.
Like, this is supposed to be a feminist show. 4 women or 5 women sharing their thoughts, being empowered. You put on a guy who's like, yeah, I'm with all the chicks. Who brought all the babes? Look at all these honeys. God damn. Fucking starting off strong, Adam.
At moderating today. He's afraid to even join me up here. I tried to recruit him. We are all friends at this table. We are going to disagree today, obviously, very clearly. At the end of the day, we are good people. We want the same things.
You're not all good people, yo. You can't just say that as a blank. By the way, remember, I'm going to say some really fucking racist things, but please keep in mind, we are all good people on this table. We all want what's best for the earth. None of us have done bad things here. We're all good people. Remember that, okay? By the way, fuck the Arabs. It's like, what?
Not going to get any punches in below the belt.
None?
And I'm setting it up there. All right, so
I came bearing gifts, though.
Did you? What do you got?
Yes.
Oh.
Everyone gets an American flag.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone gets an American flag.
It's not the only gift he came bearing, as Anna Kasparian is going to find out a little later, if you know what I mean. He's got a whole bunch of shit in those pockets. What else you got? A fucking rubber chicken?
Let's not forget what country we love and what we represent.
Thank you, Adam. I like it.
Of course.
All right, guys. While I put
it on, ladies.
I'm in the process.
Okay, so.
All right, there's a lot happening.
Veronica is asking, did I miss Tampon-Gate? Veronica, we were just about to get to Tampon-Gate, okay? Settle in, get comfortable. Hopefully Iran doesn't have a rocket coming your way right now, because if you go to the bunker, you're going to miss this, Veronica. And I'm sorry for the insensitive joke, but we got to make light of World War III when we can. Froggy Friend says $5 Canadian and says, I'm in my city, Edmonton. You can't go 5 blocks without Lebanese food. Let's fucking go, bro. Lebanese people, for all our faults, when it comes to business, we have a lot of ingenuity. Everywhere we go, Lebanese people do well business-wise. They set up a bunch of Lebanese restaurants, Lebanese bakeries. When it comes to business and marketing ourselves, we're great. Like, we eat the same food that most of the Middle East eats. We all eat, half of us eat half the same fucking dishes, but it's marketed as Lebanese food almost everywhere in the world. Good marketing, my friend. That's good marketing. That's good advertising.
Today, guys. I'm sure you've heard, but we are not going to repeat headlines. Our goal here is to ask the bigger questions of why. Why is all this going on? And hopefully provide you with some answers so you can make the best decisions for yourself and your family. As always, do your own research, because right now we're living in a world where information moves faster than the truth can catch up. We all have blind spots. We all have biases. So please fact check us, challenge us, and most of all, think for yourself. So here's what's on deck.
We're all good people.
I'm bearing the lead, obviously, but the No Kings protests, who's really behind them? Who's funding them? What's the end game? Immigration. Newsom and Bass. They warn that deporting illegals are going to crush the California economy. But when you break down what are the real costs of illegal immigration, the benefits of legal entry, and the reforms that we should actually be demanding from our leaders that might actually benefit both migrants and citizens, they're not talking about them. Speaking of, why does the left suddenly act like deportations are a crime against humanity when our heroes on the left, like Obama and Clinton, deportated?
Why is the left acting like deporting people is the worst thing ever? We should deport more people. Again, I can't believe, wasn't she the biggest loser person? Run more push-ups, you fat fuck. Come on. By the way, we're all good people.
This is like just my 5th coffee and my 2nd piece of nicotine gum. This is sad state of affairs. Wow. I apologize in advance. Deported millions more than Trump. And then we're going to discuss David Hogg's exit, Alex Padilla in handcuffs, Newsom's curated dissent. What's really steering the Democrats? What is their strategy?
Nour, I'm sorry you had to sit through 2 bad episodes of Her Take, and when the good stuff finally happened, you weren't here. I apologize to Nour.
And of course, first we're going to unpack what triggered Operation Rising Lion. Was it self-defense? Was it something more calculated? Were the stakes for America? Is this the start of peace in the Middle East, or is it the opening act of another $1 trillion war?
What peace in the Middle East? You fucking is this the start? Who the fuck asked that question? Israel is literally bombing 6 countries simultaneously. Is this the start of peace in the Middle East? Jillian Michaels, what the fuck, bro?
That has a heavy cost to America, including lives. So, Anna, I'm gonna let you start us out here. Go ahead.
Sure.
Put on my flag.
All right. Well.
Yeah, and our heroes on the left, Obama and Hillary Clinton. Who the fuck's hero is that? Whose hero is Hillary Clinton, bro? What the Jesus.
On Thursday of this week, Israel carried out strikes in Iran, essentially beginning what is now referred to as a war. The strikes were carried out right before Donald Trump, the president of the United States, of course, was supposed to have another round, I believe the 6th round of diplomatic negotiations with Iran to get a nuclear deal, a new nuclear deal, because in 2018, Trump ripped up the original nuclear deal, which prevented Iran from enriching enough uranium to build nuclear weapons. That brings us to today, where you have the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, for literally decades, trying to push the United States to go to war in Iran on Israel's behalf. He decides to carry out this strike. There's now evidence indicating that Trump did give him his blessing to do this. And so what's the argument? Well, of course, Israel is making the self-defense argument. And I'll give you a little taste of what Netanyahu had to say when he was on Fox News being interviewed by Bret Baier just yesterday. Take a look. No, first video that I sent you.
Look at these technical difficulties, folks. Fucking idiots. Imagine having technical difficulties when you're live streaming. Can you imagine the embarrassment, folks? Can you imagine the embarrassment of technical difficulties?
Do not worry.
Oopsie. Just kidding, folks. Just kidding. You see? And we're all the same. We're all the same. Her Take, PBD, Valuetainment, the Do Not Worry podcast production. We're just having a good time.
1 second.
Anna just wanted more screen time, so just excuse me 1 second. There it was right there. Natalia's doing a good job pulling this out. But Bret Baier landed that interview. Congratulations. Bret Baier is a
Did
G.
you see him rapping on stage? Bret Baier's amazing.
Bret Baier can rap?
Oh my God, yeah, he's great.
Okay. He's probably the best person they have on Fox. Shout out to you, Bret Baier.
I just liked it in the text exchange, so you'll know which video I'm talking about. And I'm going to go in that order, so you guys know how I'm going to present this.
While she's pulling it up, give a quick summary of what the central thesis is that you want to talk about.
Okay, so, all right. Let's just forget the videos, I guess. So basically,
pull it up,
yeah. So Netanyahu.
The videos aren't even working? How embarrassing, bro. Just give up. Just give up the stupid fucking excuse of it.
Do not worry.
Oopsie, another technical difficulty. I'm kidding, folks. I'm just having some fun. They really can't pull up videos?
Netanyahu argues, we have intelligence indicating that Iran is on the precipice of developing nuclear weapons, and that poses a threat to Israel. At the same time, though, we have Tulsi Gabbard. Can we pull up that video, Tulsi Gabbard?
No, Anna, no videos are working right now.
March, Tulsi Gabbard gave a briefing. She is the Secretary of the Department of National Intelligence. And so she's talking about the threat that Iran poses. She's specifically addressing them allegedly building nuclear weapons. Now, this is in March of this year. Take a look.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003.
Folks, they got the videos working. They got the videos working. Bravo. I'm happy for Anna.
The IC continues to monitor closely if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program. In the past year, we've seen an erosion of a decades-long taboo in Iran on discussing nuclear weapons in public, likely emboldening nuclear weapons advocates within Iran's decision-making apparatus. Iran's enriched uranium stockpile is at its highest levels and is unprecedented for a state without nuclear weapons.
So without nuclear weapons, they're not building a nuclear bomb. That's what she clearly states during this hearing back in March. Then you have Netanyahu making it appear as though, oh my God, they're about to drop the nuke
look,
on
I have my complaints about Tulsi Gabbard. I used to like her like a few years ago when she had first come out. She was like cool. She was like on the left. She was pro all of this good stuff. Like I can't remember exactly what her policies were, but then she started to do the right-wing grift and she started to suck up to Trump and all that sort of shit. So that kind of ruined the whole thing, if you ask me. But like now, her openly admitting that like, yo, Iran isn't currently working on nuclear weapons. They're far from being able to complete a weapon. And now apparently she's like she tweeted something cryptic that was against Trump or stuff. So maybe there's hope for Tulsi Gabbard after all.
Real. There's no evidence of that. There's no indication that they're building a nuclear weapon. And more importantly, now you can go to the last video I sent you, because this is a video from 2002. And I should also note, dating all the way back to the 1990s, Netanyahu was saying that Iran is about to obtain a nuclear weapon. This has been a narrative by Netanyahu for literally decades. And here's what he had to say back in 2002. Obviously, this was after 9/11, but before the United States did the preemptive war in Iraq. Israel was trying to goad the U.S. to invade Iraq, even though Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Nonetheless, here's what Netanyahu said.
And again, we looked at this.
And this is a tyrant.
We looked at a lot of this. We looked at like news articles that have been coming out since the 90s about Israel and the IDF and like Netanyahu warning that like Iran is 2 months away from a nuclear bomb. They're 2 years away. They're 3 years away. Year after year after year, and it's been 35 years of the same bullshit.
Who is feverishly trying to acquire nuclear weapons. And today, the United States must destroy the same regime because a nuclear-armed Saddam will place the security of our entire world at risk. It is simply not reflecting the reality to assume that Saddam isn't feverishly working to develop nuclear weapons. If you take out Saddam's regime, I guarantee you that it will have enormous positive reverberations on the region. Principles of real estate, the 3 L's, location, location, location. The 3 principles of winning the war on terror are the 3 W's, winning, winning, and winning. The more victories you amass, the easier the next victory becomes. The first victory in Afghanistan makes the second victory in Iraq that much easier. The second victory in Iraq will make the third victory that much easier, less than dismantling his regime will do.
Okay, so whether you're talking about Iran, whether you're talking about Iraq, whether you're talking about Libya, whether you're talking about Afghanistan, there has been this orchestrated effort, specifically by Netanyahu. He's been kind of like the mouthpiece for it.
Look, at least they're letting Anna talk. She's the only one here with, again, we know that she's been doing the centrist and right-wing grift, and she's been aligning herself with a lot of fucking disgusting people. But right now, she's the only person on this fucking panel that actually has any authority or any news experience or any journalism experience. So I'm glad that at least they're letting Anna break this down, because all these other fucking idiots, no offense, I don't trust them with fucking shit, bro. So that's one good thing they're doing. And it's good to see Anna, you know, at least when she's talking on Israel as a topic, she kind of shines in that aspect. You know what I mean? So...
But the government of Israel has been trying to get the United States to fight its wars for Israel to the detriment of Americans. We went into Iraq. 4,000 of our soldiers died based on a complete lie.
Again, don't talk about how many of your soldiers died. Talk about how many Iraqis died. I hate this thing. Like, we went to Iraq and we lost 50,000 troops. It's like, bro, I'm sorry. Sucks that you lost that many troops that volunteered to go to war, by the way. But talk about how many Iraqis you killed. Talk about how many locals you killed, how you destabilized their whole country. Then you talk about your soldiers that chose to go there to kill Iraqis. I'm sorry. I hate it when they mention how many soldiers died before they talk about the victims of the war. It really pisses me off.
No weapons of mass destruction. There was no indication that they were developing nuclear weapons. It was a lie. And I believe that right now what's happening is Israel does the strike. Okay, I think Trump made a huge mistake by giving that strike, or giving these current strikes that Israel is doing, his blessing. I think he was under the assumption that that would bring Iran to the negotiating table and give the United States more leverage. But that is not what's going to happen. Now Iran is in full-blown war with Israel, to the point where Israel is trying to get the United States to fight offensively, not to just defend Israel, but to fight offensively. So I give you that because people are going to die. People are already dying. On the Iranian side, as we speak right now, upward of 220 Iranians dead.
Over 300 as of when I was recording live yesterday. Someone mentioned that it was over 300 or 2 days ago. So at this point, it must be like 400 people dead in Iran.
On the Israeli side, it's now in the dozens of innocent people dead. And I think this is really part of what's known as the Greater Israel Project, right? They want to have dominance in that region, and they want to install...
Like, dude, what's this? I forgot. The Australian one?
Known as the Greater Israel Project, right? They want to have dominance in that region, and
she's checking her Pinterest, bro, right now.
They want to install...
She's like, what? She's checking Truth Social. I wonder what Donald Trump is tweeting.
Puppet governments. And so in the case of Iran, Netanyahu can barely contain himself when it comes to wanting regime change. But it is always a bad idea when you have a third party or a foreign government carry out or orchestrate regime change in your own country. We have seen how that works out. It destabilizes countries. Look at Libya. That's a perfect example. Libya gave up their nuclear program. And you know what they got in return? American boots on the ground to do regime change war. So my issue here is that we're being lied to, and we're being lied to the detriment of Americans and to, I guess, to the benefit of Israel, and I don't think that's okay.
We're being lied to the detriment of Americans. We're being lied to the detriment of Iranians, first of all. To the detriment of the whole region of the Middle East. Again, the Americans victimizing themselves. To the detriment of Iran, and then Lebanon, and then the entire fucking region, then to the detriment of the Americans. Stop victimizing yourselves. Come in, I hate that shit.
Adam, do you want to... I actually have some thoughts, but I know you're far more well-versed than me.
But she's right. I mean, she's right, ultimately. I just don't like some of this, how they frame things sometimes.
I'm an American first. So respectfully, what's your point?
My point is the United States should not be backing Israel.
I'm in America, America first. Respectfully, what's your point? This guy's a fucking dumbass. Let me just catch up to some super chats. Thomas Jerome Newton with 5,500 CLP. Why did you want to look like me, a cabbage girlfriend patch of doll with Teddy Fresh clothes, Anthony? Why did you want to look like a Mr. Cabbage Patch doll with Teddy Fresh clothes? Well, I mean, look, that was all the rage back in 2017, 2018. Thomas Jerome Newton. Didn't you know? Veronica H. Song. Peace in the Middle East. Sorry, I'm going to shoot myself in the head. Anna should have walked out, but at least she reminded me of old Anna. I know. The best part of this whole thing is that we're getting snippets of the old Anna that, we used to look up to back when she ran TYT and all that sort of thing. Now she's a shell of her former self, but she gets to shine on the show. Sunflower Dragon, that do not worry actually makes me worry less. Well, I'm glad, Sunflower. It sends a shiver down my spine. Thomas Jerome Newton with another 5,500. Thank you so much. It offends me that he looks like Leon Tolstoy. Zionism is anti-Semitic. Yo, that's fucking funny. Boomer Dragon sends $2. Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. You are the rent payer. You are the legend. Until he sues us. Haley D with another $5. Net and Yahoo gave a press conference you need to see a clip of. I'll send it to Nour. Yes, please send it to Nour and she'll send it to my WhatsApp because Discord will explode if I try to open anything else. Let's get back to Anna arguing with this fucking dumbass.
In this war of aggression against Iran.
So
Iran is not a threat to our national security. There's no evidence of that whatsoever.
I don't think that's true, Anna.
Based on what?
Okay, based on the fact that she just...
That's not true, Anna. Oh, Jillian Michaels, fitness instructor on The Biggest Loser. Please tell us about your geopolitical take on Iran and Israel. Please, Jillian Michaels. I hunger for it. I thirst
to our national security. There's no evidence of that whatsoever.
I don't think that's true, Anna.
Based on what?
Okay, based on the fact that she just said they have a huge amount of enriched uranium.
They do.
They have 6 to 10 bombs worth. So
Let's just open up Leon Tolstoy and let's see how much they look like. He does kind of look like him, bro. Oh, wait, who are we talking about? Who's supposed to look like Leon Tolstoy? Okay, wait, back here. Well, let me close the...
Let's start with that.
You want to know who has nuclear weapons? Israel.
I know, but Israel...
Allegedly.
Hold on.
No, not allegedly. Not allegedly.
Hold on. There's a difference. Israel is not chanting death to America. They are not ideologically captured. On top of that...
Israel is chanting death to the Arabs. Did you get to see when the Israelis went to Amsterdam for that football game, what they were chanting down the escalator? Jillian Michaels, death to Arabs, death to Arabs, death to Arabs. They fucking love chanting death to Arabs. It's one of their favorite chants, actually.
They just got detonators, which makes them more dangerous. What is the proof that they're doing this? They have nuclear sites that both...
Jill, this is the same Iraq narrative.
How
are we falling for it again?
I agree with you that I don't want Iraq ever again, but I see.
But we're driving toward that. We're totally driving toward that.
Just because you're right on something doesn't
mean...
They
have nuclear sites, Anna. We need to destroy them. Don't you have nuclear weapons, you fucking psycho freak? Doesn't Israel have nuclear weapons, you psycho freak? Don't most European nations have nuclear weapons? Why can't some brown people have some fucking nukes? If everybody else wants them, we want some motherfucking nukes. If Israel's going to have them, if the U.S. is going to have them, and if the U.S. is happy to be the only country to ever drop some nukes on Japan, what are we talking about?
You're right on everything.
I'm right on everything.
Can I also say
so that's where you made a problem, is that you just convinced yourself
Tell me where I'm wrong.
that you're right on everything.
Your weapons, though.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
I just want to finish this one.
Are you going to go fight? Are you going to enlist and go fight on behalf of Israel?
I have family. I have friends that are in the IDF.
Okay.
How many families?
Fuck you, fuck your friends, and fuck your family. If one of your friends or family, what was this guy's name? Dave? What's this guy's name? Sorry. If they accidentally get harmed, Mr. Adam Sosnick, I would not shed a fucking tear, bro, if your friends or family got harmed in Gaza. Whoopsie. Whoopsie, folks. You see? Technical difficulties. There we go. Fuck it.
They're in Israel. If you're American, you should not be calling for American soldiers to fight Israel's war. I'm sorry.
Aidib Sheklak, Aidib Ashabak, Aidib your family members. Fuck all of them, bro. If they get liquidated by a Hamas resistance fighter, they would be doing the world a favor.
Israel, if you're American, you should not be calling for American soldiers to fight Israel's war.
You just ranted, and I'm going to talk now. I'm going to ask you one question.
Go ahead. Okay, Adam, go.
But if we're going to talk, and then let me talk.
Let me just say one thing, real quick. One sentence.
I don't get to talk. You kept going.
You do.
It's her show, motherfucker. You're a guest on their show. It's called Her Take. It's for women to speak. Shut the fuck up and give him a second to finish. Then you can talk. Fucking Zionist fuck.
Welcome to your show. Go ahead, sweetheart.
The country that is currently...
Welcome, sweetheart. Oh, my dude. What a disgusting pig. You know how he's using sweetheart in the most condescending way. Okay, sweetheart. Okay, toots. This is a woman show. This is how you invite me on your show and you don't want to let me talk. Toots, sweet cheeks. Hey, sugar lips.
Carrying out a genocide in Gaza, has nuclear weapons, and they have the audacity to talk about how other countries in the region are a threat to their national security. Okay.
Well, let me just say one thing. Here's the thing. I appreciate that Netanyahu is a
terrible
deeply
person.
flawed person. Yep. Okay. And I appreciate that nobody wants to
Deeply flawed person. Guys, Netanyahu is just deeply flawed. Deeply flawed. That's an interesting way to call a genocidal motherfucking maniac. That's an interesting way to describe them, as deeply flawed. Okay, he'd make an interesting main character and protagonist in a Thomas Anderson film. Like what? What?
Iraq again, but on top of the fact that I do think there is some legitimate concern at this moment with regard to nuclear weapons, there's also intercontinental ballistic missiles.
Every country has that. Are we going to invade every country because they have missiles?
Death to America. They're the top funders of terror.
They're chanting death to America and they have missiles. Kill them all.
Kill them all, Anna. We must kill all of the Iranians.
The Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Shia militias, they have assassination plots against our president. There's cyber attacks.
There's no evidence of that either, by the way.
The CIA said that.
The CIA loves to goad the United States into war.
I want to understand your central thesis. Here's my question.
What is your
central
central thesis?
That Iran is not
a threat to America. Iran is not a threat to America. There's no evidence that Iran is a threat to America.
Developing nuclear weapons?
They are part of...
Are they developing nuclear weapons or not?
They are not developing nuclear weapons. There is no evidence of that.
So why are they having nuclear peace talks?
Why do they have detonators
Because they think it's fun? What are you talking about?
Okay.
If we can't live in reality, they're having nuclear peace talks.
Let me answer your question.
To do what? To talk about the nuclear weapons that they're not developing?
Yeah, someone's asking. This guy is on the PBD show, which is part of the Valuetainment Network, which is the same network that this show is hosted on. So these two people, Anna and Adam, are technically co-workers. And look at the disrespect. Look how vile he's being. What a disgusting Zionist pig.
Flipping?
Okay.
That makes no sense to me.
First of all, I would not be surprised if they geared up enriching uranium as a result of the fact that Trump pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal in 2018.
The Iran nuclear deal.
Hold on.
So they're developing nuclear weapons.
Hold on.
It's okay. Iran is part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Do you know what that is?
Go ahead, explain.
Non-proliferation.
He doesn't know what it is. He doesn't fucking know. This fucking idiot doesn't know shit.
Treaty allows the international community to do checks on Iran to ensure that they are not developing nuclear weapons. The country that does have nuclear weapons is Israel. They are not part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. They don't even acknowledge the fact that they have nuclear weapons. The idea that Israel, that has the backing of the top military superpower in this world, and that's the United States, the country that has nuclear weapons, is crying about how Iran is such a threat to Israel, it's ridiculous.
But didn't they just pull...
Listen. We might have our differences with Anna Kasparian as of late, but fucking pop off Queen. What a fucking... This is the Anna of old. This is why I used to watch TYT when I was much younger. Anna and Jank fucking popping off. They could be a bit too casual. They could be a bit unprofessional. They could be a bit too raw. But that fucking emotion, you know what I mean? That fucking anger, you know what I mean? She's Armenian. You know, Armenians are like kind of Middle Eastern. That's how I consider them. You know what I mean? We have a huge Armenian community in Lebanon. Inch beses to our Armenian, if anyone Armenian is watching. I kind of miss this, Anna. We miss this. More of this on TYT. Maybe the channel would stop dying. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. I am not educated enough to fully go in, but what I did see everyone post this morning is that Iran is pulling out of that treaty.
Yeah, I did see that.
So what are the
treaty as well?
So what are the implications? What does the treaty ensure in breaking it? What are the implications of that?
The treaty ensures that they're not developing nuclear weapons. Here's the problem. Iran played by the rules, and they got fucked anyway.
Why do you think
let me understand.
Yo, Anna's pissed. Anna is pissed. Iran played by the rules, and they got fucked anyway. Goddamn.
One thing.
Let me ask
Are you a
something.
defender of Iran? Is that
No,
who you
I'm
are?
not a defender of Iran.
Are you a defender of Iran? Are you a defender of... What if someone wants to defend Iran, bro? It's a beautiful fucking country with beautiful people, beautiful culture, beautiful music, art, cuisine, everything. Are you defending Iran? شو قصدك يا إيركس؟ اخت شكلك بأيدي يا أخو الشرموطة. أهلك وأمك أحبة يا إير.
Defender of the United States of America and our soldiers.
Sounds like you're defending
Iran. You know what? I think Israel needs to fight its own wars. Why do they keep pulling the United States into their wars?
America is not
it's
on the
unacceptable.
ground in Israel. I'm America first. There's zero
You're not
Americans.
America first. Don't say that.
I'm America first, okay? I have an American flag pinned to my suit, Anna. Does that not mean I'm America first? But let me tell you why I think we should give all our money to Israel.
You don't.
When you're egging on this war, you're not
first.
America first. We have soldiers in that region right now, tens of thousands of them who are now a target as a result of this.
So are you just like, do you hate Israel blindly that you can't address the facts? Or
I
like, what
hate
is it?
what the current Israeli government, not just the current Israeli government, what the Israeli government over the last several decades has done in lying to Americans and the American government in order to get us to fight their wars for them. That's what I have a problem with.
All the wars, and I agree we shouldn't have done what we did in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all that.
Yeah,
You're blaming
in 10 years,
all
you'll say the
that.
same about Iran.
Our
Trust
entire
me,
presidential, congressional, and military apparatus. All of that is based on Bibi Netanyahu's opinion?
Not
Is that
just
what
his
you're
opinion.
saying?
The Israeli government
So you're saying that
wants to be the dominant force in that region.
Bro, his fucking smug ass face and that ugly ass beard he has and the fucking fuck that guy, bro.
Can we pull up the Wesley Clark video?
Newsflash, they've just taken out all their enemies. So I don't understand, like, are you defending terrorists? Are you defending terrorism? I don't get it.
No, I'm not defending terrorists.
I don't know what
no
you're
other
doing.
country expects the United States to fight their wars for them other than Israel. Why is that?
Well, Ukraine's doing a pretty good fucking job. How about that? So you're dead wrong on that.
In the case
and
of
there's also
Ukraine,
other countries that we get involved in.
Yeah,
and I don't see American troops on the ground in Israel.
We're not fighting shit for Ukraine. We're just sending them a fuckload of fucking weapons, bro. A couple of super chats. Snooky Darko sends 50 Mexican dollars. Anna frames it in terms of American losses because they are so propagandized that the average American only cares for their own people and not Arabs. I know, that's the sad truth. That's a good point, Snooky Darko. Mudmud with another £2 says, advice to men, do not try this at home. What, calling your angry girlfriend sweetheart? Hey, sweetheart, calm down. I can see that you're kind of losing your mind right now, sweetie. Sweet cheeks. T sends $5. Anna is activated. Fuck yeah, she's activated. This is the Anna we like to see and we do not see enough of anymore.
In Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria, in any of these. Okay. So what you're doing is yapping and
Don't
lying.
bring
Here's
up my
problem.
country, motherfucker. شو بدك تقول عن لبنان يا قاير بشكلك? Motherfucker, bro. Lebanon. Invoking my country.
You can be loud.
Yeah.
And you can be wrong.
You don't
Pick
have any,
one.
You don't have
when
any
you're loud
actual
and wrong,
substantive
that's when
points.
you get in trouble, okay?
Okay.
When we invaded Iraq,
I've been trying to speak this entire. It's like 20 minutes in. I haven't said a single word.
Go ahead, Lindy.
Shut up, Lindy. No one gives a fuck what you. I'm kidding. I'm just messing around with our. She's the great replacement one. You know, she wants to stop all the immigrants from coming in because we're replacing all the whites with foreigners apparently because she's a white person.
Crazy. Go nuts.
I don't want to be like.
Just go.
Well, anyway, so
go.
I just want to say, just because you're yelling doesn't mean that you're correct, but that's not my main point. My main point is this: I'm not.
Just because you're yelling doesn't mean you're correct. What about decorum? What about saying things in a nice way? Listen, lady. When people, I'm sorry, Ananja, hey, why are you yelling? Why are you angry? When people are getting genocided, when women and children and men are being murdered willy-nilly for fun, and no one seems to care, it is the perfect time to get angry. Wendy, it's the perfect time to fucking yell.
Even pro the Netanyahu regime, but let's get our facts correct. Iran is completely desecrating all agreements that it's previously made. In fact,
they're not.
Just 2 weeks ago, they refused to let nuclear inspectors into their infrastructure, into their facilities. That is a clear violation of previous agreements. To say that that's not happening is completely dishonest and disingenuous. And I'm not even pro Netanyahu. I just want to lay out the facts here. This is what's happening. They are violating agreements.
Well, let me ask you something. If you play by the rules for years, you literally play by the rules, you're part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty, you're allowing IAEA inspectors to come into your country, and you still see that Israel is successful in goading the United States to fight this war, they're still lying about what Iran is up to. Wouldn't you just say, you know what, F it. Why am I even part of this? Why are we allowing the international community to come in and check
So you're saying
what's
Iran
happening?
is playing by the rules?
Yeah, Iran is absolutely playing by the rules.
Now I know who you are.
Okay, I kind of zoned out a little bit, but look, Anna's right. If Iran is if they're following the rules and they're still getting in shit with the U.S. and then they don't want to let a fucking inspector in, fuck the inspector. I'm sorry. Who the fuck is the U.S. to inspect other countries that want to get nukes? Again, the only country that actually nuked another country wants to inspect what other countries do with their nukes. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Straight up. I'm sorry. Give North Korea nukes. Literally, fuck it. And arm the world, bro. If the U.S. and Israel, if Israel has nukes, every single fucking country, bro, you can give a fucking crackhead, a drunk crackhead with 2 days to live, bro. Give him a nuke. It's in safer hands than it would be with the Israelis.
You believe Iran. Respect.
I don't believe Iran.
So
I
just
believe
how
international
people are-
inspectors,
Okay.
and I believe the United States, as they, by the way, If you don't want Iran to develop nuclear weapons, best way to do that is to remain in the Iran nuclear deal. But Netanyahu hated the Iran nuclear deal.
Trump pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal.
Trump pulled out of it, but why?
So what are we relitigating?
No, that's not true, Jillian.
But Jillian is so dumb because they found out they were lying. Such a simplistic view of politics.
That's not true. You just moved the goalpost. First you said...
I literally don't understand your argument. I don't understand anything you said.
So these are all pro-war with Iran. He's pro-war with Iran. Sorry, I'm kind of blocking your view here. So this fucker's pro-war. She's fucking pro-war. He's pro-war. She's pro-war. Jillian is pro-war. This lady hasn't said shit yet. But literally, Anna's out here alone fucking trying to explain to these three fucking clowns why we shouldn't go to war with fucking Iran, bro. She's losing her mind. Look at her, bro.
Here. Anna first said Iran is playing by all the rules. That's what you said
Yes,
about
they were
5
playing
minutes
by all the rules,
I
yes.
just told you that they refused to let nuclear inspectors into their facilities just 2 weeks ago. So now you move the goalpost and you're saying, oh, but it's not their fault because they didn't play. They played by the rules. Now they can't not play by the rules because Israel isn't. Do you understand what I mean?
No.
Like you're changing.
Okay, let me calmly try to explain it so you guys understand what I'm saying. For years, Iran played by the rules because they don't want war. Okay, they allowed the international.
Artful Cadence just gifted 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Thank you so much, Artful Cadence. By the way, folks, if you're a member or a patron, look forward to an exclusive members and patron stream sometime next week, folks. Early to mid next week, there's going to be an exclusive live stream for patrons and members. It'll be super fun. Veronica H. Song with another 15 shekels. The Israelis sing "May Your Village Burn" in football games. According to these people, they should be booked. They scream insane shit. By the way, folks, Veronica is from Israel. She's living there, and she's giving us the best intel about the insane Zionist Israelis there. Veronica, we hope you're safe. We love you so much. We have the greatest Israeli in our live chat right now. The only good one, which along with Shai, of course.
To come in. They did abide by the Iran nuclear deal, even after Trump pulled out. For a few years after that, they were not enriching uranium because they wanted to re-enter the deal. By the way, Biden comes into power. Biden promised on the campaign trail that he was going to re-enter the Iran nuclear deal. He didn't do that. So Democrats are a problem in this scenario as well. Hold on, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
So you see how I allow you to talk?
So I need to ask you something, Adam.
Go ahead.
Do you think Tulsi Gabbard was lying to the American people when she said that Iran was not building a nuclear weapon? Was she lying?
I don't know what information she's looking at, but I'm pretty sure Iran is working on a nuclear weapon. Question for you.
I don't know what information Tulsi Gabbard, I forgot what her job is. You know what I mean? Like, is she the Secretary of Defense or whatever? You know what I mean? Tulsi, I don't know what she's looking at, but the information I'm looking at on Twitter, Anna Kasparian. What's Tulsi Gabbard's position in the U.S. government? But the information I've been privy to, Anna, I don't trust Iran, and they're definitely a threat to the United States. Okay, Adam.
Sure, based on what?
Question for you.
Based on what?
Here's the
How
question.
are you sure?
She said they have enough enriched uranium.
She says that they have accelerated.
But and if they're not working on nuclear weapons, why do they have detonators?
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen?
Scientists there.
How do you feel about the Islamic regime of Iran?
How do you feel about a country that's doing a genocide right now having a nuclear weapons? Do you have any problems with that?
But let's say
Can you address the nuclear weapons that Israel has, or are you going to deny that they have?
We're talking about Iran, right?
Okay. Well, we're talking about Israel and Iran.
Okay.
Israel is
a
military superpower because of the United States. They have nuclear weapons. They're carrying out the mass slaughter of innocent people in Gaza and the West Bank, which had nothing to do with October 7th. It's not. It's all related. We're pretending as if Israel is the devil here, and they're not.
I've learned my lesson. Don't try to convince someone who's completely off left field.
Someone who's actually educated on the matter, yeah.
So here's my question for you. How do you feel?
That's a good comeback from Anna. He's like someone who's completely left field. Anna corrects him. No, someone who's actually educated on the matter, you dumb fuck. Let's listen to that.
Try to convince someone who's completely off left field.
Someone who's actually educated on the matter, yeah.
So here's my question for you. How do you feel about the Islamic regime in Iran? Are they good people?
No, they're terrible people.
Okay, so
what
do you
are the Saudis. So are a bunch of other countries we do trade with.
Exactly. I used Saudi as an example last time. Like if you're so concerned for women's rights and you don't want women to wear a veil and whatever, why aren't you bombing Saudi Arabia? Why isn't the U.S. going to war with Saudi Arabia? Oh wait, Saudi Arabia is one of the U.S.'s biggest allies, and the U.S. gives Saudi Arabia weapons. And Saudi Arabia bombs Yemen with those weapons and that money, you know? Oopsie! Why aren't you bombing Saudi Arabia if you're so pro women's rights and you don't like Islam?
Saudis are hardly
as bad as that. So why are people in Iran cheering for Israel? Why is
that's not true?
Yeah, no.
There's videos left and right.
80% of Iranians actually detest
Iranians
the regime.
are rooting for Israel. If there's one country that Israel has the highest approval ratings, it's within.
Oh, guys, that's right. Iranians are cheering for Israel. That's right. As they fly over their cities and bomb their buildings and kill civilians, they kill their friends and their cousins. They're like cheering, "Thank you for liberating us, Israel." That's how war works. How fucking dumb are you? You idiots. The simplest, most childish propaganda works on you, you simpletons.
Iran.
Iranians
Why is Reza Pahlavi getting on TV, doing an interview, pull it up, saying, please, Iranians, now's the time
because he's going
to
to be
revolt
the
against the
puppet
regime.
that's installed by Israel.
So I don't understand what you're doing, respectfully.
Yeah.
You're defending Iran?
I'm defending
what
the United
States. What a horrible position to be,
Yeah, I'm defending
in.
the United States.
The country that yells death to America.
Right.
A United
I don't want our
States
soldiers
that
fighting this war. I don't want our soldiers fighting this war. I don't want American taxpayers.
You're using a straw man argument because our soldiers are not fighting this war.
But they're going to. It's like they could be any minute, and that's
no, they're not.
What
No, they're not.
makes
They're not in Iran.
Well, what makes you say that? Because this whole thing is already so suspicious.
No,
the way they did it.
no. That's how this guy fucking argues, bro.
Why? You're using a straw man argument because our soldiers are not fighting this war.
But they're going to. It's like they could be any minute, and that's
No, they're not.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They're not in Iran.
Well, what makes you say that? Because
They're not in Iran. They're not in Iran. What the fuck? Okay, that's Amy Dangerfield. Thank you, Amy Dangerfield, folks. Standing up for Anna right now. So Amy Dangerfield is joining the good side right now. This is how low our standards are. Let's go, Amy.
Is already so suspicious.
So the argument is we don't want them could be, but they're not now. So let's live in reality.
Well, Trump initially denied involvement, correct? And then he later went on and said he actually had full knowledge of everything going down the entire time.
Of course he did.
Okay.
With that said, though, can I tell you one thing? Okay, so Iran, while it hasn't officially pulled out of the non-proliferation agreement, they violated both the spirit and the technical limits of the JCPOA.
But they're not in the JCPOA anymore. That doesn't exist.
But this is right.
You said that
out of that deal because they violated it.
Oh my God.
But Anna, listen.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
You just
the JCPOA.
Bro, Anna's losing it, bro. She said, I think Anna's gonna quit. I'm sorry. I think this is gonna be her last episode. She's literally like, you guys have no fucking idea what you're talking about. She's literally out there debating with idiots with no qualifications to talk about geopolitics and the fucking Middle East with these clowns, bro.
Violated it.
Oh my God.
But Anna, listen.
You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
You just
the
said it.
JCPOA
Anna, you don't need to be emotional. Just talk. Don't cry.
You don't have to be emotional. There we go. Hey, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Hey, sugar tits. Don't get emotional. Hey, here's a 50. Go buy something pretty for yourself. Hey, yo, why you being so emotional? You want me to smack that tuchus? You want me to smack you on your tuchus? Hey, smile, baby. Why don't you smile? Show us them pearly whites, baby. Why are you being so upset? Don't cry. Why are you crying? You gonna cry, Anna? Why are you getting so emotional? Disgusting. What a fucking pig.
You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
You just
the
said it.
JCPOA
Anna, you don't need to be emotional. Just talk. Don't cry.
It is frustrating when people. Okay.
Here,
the JCPOA is the Iran nuclear deal.
Right, you said
they pulled out of that in 2018.
He threw a napkin. Oh, what a kind man. We know he's about to throw something else a little later, but he came prepared. He started by handing out pins. Now he's got a napkin. I think the rubber chicken's coming. But there's something else that he's going to throw at Anna Kasparian in a little bit, folks. What a piece of shit.
Why? You said they still complied after they pulled out.
They were still part of the non-proliferation treaty, which is separate.
Hold on, let a guy speak for a second. All you guys are doing is debating minor little details.
Hey, you crazy emotional bitches. Can't let a man speak for a second. Let a guy speak. Shut up, sugar tits.
It's not minor though, Adam.
Are you pro-Iran or anti-Iran? It sounds like you're very much pro-Iran, and I don't understand that.
I'm not pro-Iran or
anti-Iran.
I'm not pro-Israel or
to be anti-Israel, pro-Iran.
Yeah. No time to explain, says in the live chat, was excluding trans women worth it, Anna? And unfortunately, you see, Anna, she turns her back on the leftist community. She insults every leftist YouTuber and content creator that's out there, and she wants to join forces with these fucking centrist right-wingers, and this is what happens. She's out here losing her mind on a fucking podcast episode because she's with a bunch of fucking idiots, and one of them is going to throw a tampon at her face later. Do you still feel good about shitting on Sam Cedar and Emma Vigeland, Anna, now that you're left with these fucking clowns?
America,
choices.
It's very hard to be what you are because you're very confused.
I know, you guys use
on one
the
hand,
same...
you're pro-America, but then you're pro-Iran.
I know. Hold on.
You don't believe in Israel, but you believe in Iran. It makes no sense to me.
It seems to me that you're concerned we are killing innocent people. We're getting America in another forever war.
Not only that.
Okay, but it's my understanding, and again, that Iran is not trustworthy. And I've heard this from numerous people, our generous benefactor, Patrick Beck-David included, that you cannot trust the government. So when I'm looking at examples of the ways they violated agreements...
Ooh, there's so much more. So they're talking about the non-proliferation, then they get to Israel. I thought we were going to skip this and jump to Israel. Okay, let's keep going for now. We might have to skip Noah Samson and Tucker Carlson, and I'll do a special live stream for those, either like Sunday or something. I'll do a special. I really want to watch that Tucker Carlson video. So if this takes longer than expected, then that's what we'll do.
Okay, They promised they would not enrich uranium beyond 3.67%, but they began enriching up to 20%.
When they were in the JCPOA.
But why did Trump pull out?
He pulled out because Bibi doesn't want the JCPOA. Bibi wanted to go to war with Iran. He's wanted regime change in Iran for
So you're saying that Bibi Netanyahu controls Trump?
Trump's the most honest
You're
person
saying
in the
that Bibi
world.
Netanyahu controls Trump. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I think the Israeli government controls our government. Yes.
Well, that's
I
your
do believe
opinion,
that. No, it's
and
not
you're
an opinion.
wrong, but that's
It's based
entitled
on
to your
evidence.
opinion.
It's based
So
on
you're saying-
impact.
so you're saying that
It's
Trump-
based on money and politics. It's based on the fact that Netanyahu go to the U.S. to invade Iraq and then didn't even send IDF soldiers. He had 4,000 of our soldiers die in Iraq based on a false premise of weapons of mass destruction.
Crimea River, like you care about American
I do.
Crimea. Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to text Nour. Let me.
I do.
Okay,
I think the Israeli government controls our government. Yes.
Well, that's
I
your
do believe
opinion,
that. No, it's
and
not
you're
an opinion.
wrong, but that's
It's based
entitled
on
to your
evidence.
opinion.
It's based
So
on
you're saying-
impact.
so you're saying that
It's
Trump-
based on money and politics. It's based on the fact that Netanyahu.
She's at least throwing out fucking facts. What? That's your opinion. Okay, he doesn't have anything to back up whatever he says. He's very like anecdotal kind of guy. Like, what are you?
Go to the U.S. to invade Iraq and then didn't even send IDF soldiers. He had 4,000 of our soldiers die in Iraq based on a false premise of weapons of mass destruction.
Crimea River, like you care about American soldiers.
I do care about
Sure you
American
do.
soldiers, and I care about.
Oh, Crimea River, as if you care about American soldiers. What a fucking asshole. Just call her a terrorist, bro. Call her a terrorist sympathizer. Fuck it. While you're at it, you know what I mean? Khalas.
American taxpayers who spend trillions of dollars on this trash when we are dealing with $37 trillion in debt.
So now you're a fiscal conservative.
Yeah, I
Welcome
am
to
a
my
fiscal
world.
conservative
Welcome
when it
to my
comes to
world.
spending our
So
resources on
you're
wars that we
saying
shouldn't be fighting on
Trump-
behalf of a foreign country.
Let me understand this. You're saying that Trump is so weak and such a pussy that he just listens to whatever Bibi does? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think he's weak or a pussy. I think
Well, you
he's
just said Bibi controls
transactional.
him.
I think he's transactional.
Wait,
and I think that he.
You think Trump is a pussy? Like, this is his view of American politics. You think they'll be calling the president a pussy? Did you just call Donald Trump a pussy? Huh? That's what it is to him, folks. Did you say he has a small dick? Did you say Donald Trump has a small dick? Huh? Huh?
He buys this ridiculous narrative.
That Trump is so weak and such a pussy that he just listens to whatever Bibi does? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think he's weak or a pussy. I think
Well, you
he's
just said Bibi controls
transactional.
him.
I think he's transactional. And I think that he buys this ridiculous narrative that Iran was behind the 2 assassination attempts when there isn't even a shred of evidence other than Netanyahu declaring it.
Wait, hold on, guys. Can we please talk about
Trump
that as well? I
controls-
feel like that's really, really important because they keep talking about how another attempt is going to come from Iran against Trump. And for me, one thing that I'm personally concerned about is a false flag.
Yeah.
Yes, and that could
Well,
literally be laying
according
the
to our friend
foundation
Anna,
for that
Iran
to
is
be
a peaceful
happening.
regime.
Amy Dangerfield, folks, our girl. False flag. Let's go. False flag. They're going to false flag us again? As a new American citizen right there, I'm concerned about false flags, false flag operations, just like me sister Anna Kasparian right there. You know, it didn't go away my baby up there in the Barbie.
Have to believe whatever they say.
You know,
They're
Adam, I know
great
it's
people.
difficult to debate me, but don't put words in my mouth.
And
Don't
that's
make
I'm
just
arguments that I did
summarizing
not
what you're
make.
saying. You're
I didn't-
defending Iran.
No,
I would much rather defend Israel than defend Iran.
By the way,
All
she's
you.
not just defending Iran. You go on X and you see a lot of people on the right, conservatives, who also completely agree with Anna. They don't want to see American lives taken. They don't want to spend trillions of dollars on another war.
Well,
Okay, so then what's your point? Let's say, okay, so China and Russia are now saying that they will back Iran. What are we to do then if we get in that position, Adam?
Iran, all right? I fucking ran to the store to buy some koala mate.
When they're saying, okay, now American men on the front line, are you pro-America or are you pro-Israel?
I'm pro-America, but
Russia's
to
not
answer
gonna-
your
Russia's not
question,
gonna do that.
Russia, this is all, you're talking about false flags. You're just throwing out false flags like you're a fucking paid referee.
No, it's very easy
Here's the
for
deal.
you
All
right
let me
now
talk
to
now.
say
Let
that
me
you
talk
would-
now. You asked me a
Go
question.
ahead,
I'll
Adam,
talk. There's 3 camps here. And
Bro, he's on a show called Her Take. You know, with 4 women, he's like, let me talk, literally waving his hand, like shutting her up. Hey, let me talk, shut up, let me talk. I'm from the PBD podcast with Patrick Pet David. He told me to be here and wear my big boy pants. What a fool.
I wonder which one you're in. There's the pro-America, pro-democracy, pro-Israel, pro-NATO. Hey, I'm with you. And there's MAGA in there. There's level-headed Democrats, moderates. They're all there. The second camp, which I have friends with as well, they are isolationist, America first. Don't get involved in any foreign entanglements, foreign wars. I understand that narrative if you want to live as an ostrich in America. Then the third camp, which I'm wondering is chanting death to America, death to England, death to Israel. So I know which camp I'm in. I'm in the first camp. Which camp are you in? The isolationist camp or the hate America, hate Israel camp? Which camp are you?
You know, the hate America, hate Israel camp seems pretty based at this point when you think about what America and Israel have done to the world, bro. But if you're too fucking dumb to look at historical analysis, bro, then yeah, of course. Oh, they said, hey, we hate America. We should fucking nuke them.
I'm in the camp of don't allow the Israeli government to lie to the American people and goad us into another war on their behalf. I'm in that camp.
So you're basically saying, Trump, listen to yourself, not anybody else.
What? I don't. How about how about learn from recent history in which
you know his instincts like Trump more than you know instincts I trust. I trust Trump's instincts
of
at this point.
Conversation that
More
happened
than
in the
a talking
lead up to the
progressive head on the
2003
internet.
invasion of Iraq. But this is the exact same type of conversation that took place.
Okay, Saddam was letting inspectors in. Iran was not. Saddam was not offered a deal. Iran was. Saddam's group was not.
Iran accepted the deal, you idiot. Trump ripped up the deal, you stupid. Jillian, مالك فيها هالقصة. روحي على البيت. Go yell at a fucking overweight guy to do more push-ups. Why are you sitting here? Go yell at some overweight people that are depressed. Go fucking do that. What are you doing right now, bro? And you can tell, like, Anna's completely taken control of this episode. Has anyone else fucking said a peep in this fucking episode? It's literally Anna versus Adam. Just goes to show, despite all the stupid shit that Anna's been saying recently, at least she kind of knows what she's talking about in certain topics.
Ideologically captured, and their mission was not death to America. And we all know that it wasn't just Netanyahu; it was all the neocons like Cheney and his whole company.
Those people are involved.
Let's not just lay this
right
at the
now.
feet of Israel. It's all.
It is at the feet of Israel, though, Jillian.
Well,
it is at the feet of Israel.
Your
Why
blind
would
hatred to Israel doesn't let you at least acknowledge the truth that she just told you, and you just shut down Jillian when she tried to feed you the truth.
Adam, you have no argument. You have no argument,
Just because
Adam.
you say
Your only argument is you hate Israel. You hate Israel. That's not an argument. I don't give a damn about Israel. I give a damn about my own country. I don't give a damn about Iran. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about the United States of fucking America. That's my country. And I'm sick of fighting wars on behalf of Israel.
Other people talk other than Adam.
So when 9/11 happened, you're saying that they fought that on behalf of Israel?
Wendy's trying to fight. Can other people talk other than Anna and Adam? What do you have to say, Wendy? Do you have anything fucking useful to say? If you do, fucking say it. Yalla, we're waiting.
Yes, I am saying that.
Okay, so you're blindly retarded.
No, I'm not blindly retarded. I mean, there was a...
Did he just call her the R word?
On behalf of Israel?
Yes, I am saying that.
Okay, so you're blindly retarded.
No, I'm not blindly retarded. I mean, there was a
mental gymnastics.
The fuck? Blindly R word? So you're just blindly R worded. Okay. This word, this is like the 5th video I watch on the stream where people are just using that word like it's normal again. What's going on?
You must do to be able to validate Iran's existence is really impressive to me.
I think it's just you're being reductive though. Like they have put out 8 articles at least that I've seen since 1995 saying within 5 years they're going to have a nuclear weapon. I'm not going to pretend like political propaganda exists and conditioning exists.
Great point by Amy, but you got to go deeper, sweetheart. Why have they not done
sweetheart?
Further?
He fucking hit him with a sweetheart again. Bro. What a motherfucker, bro. Okay, Haley D just sent us a video. We're going to watch a quick snippet of a press conference with Netanyahu. It's like 50 seconds long, and we'll get back to the video. Thank you, Haley, for sending this to Nour. Nour, thank you for sending this to me. Teamwork, folks. We might only be able to watch her take today, folks, realistically. We might not be able to get to Noah Sampson and Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz, so we will get to those maybe on Sunday night.
אנשים שלצערנו גם נהרגו, משפחות ששכלו יקירים. אני מאוד מעריך את זה. כל אחד מאיתנו נושא מחיר אישי. זה לא פסח על המשפחה שלי. כן, פעם שנייה שבני אבנר, בגלל איום טילים וירי טילים, מבטל חתונה. זה בוודאי מחיר אישי יקר לו, וגם לארוסתו ולמשפחתנו.
Yeah, so Netanyahu has put his own people at risk from being killed by Iranian rockets. Our own lovely viewer, Veronica, is hiding in shelters all day, not knowing when she's going to get hit. Netanyahu made that decision on his own, wanted to drag Israel into another war by attacking Iran first, so now Iran has every right to attack Israel. Now he's bitching that, yeah, we're all paying a personal price. Oh yeah? Are you dying, Netanyahu? And he's talking about his son having to cancel his wedding. His son had to postpone his wedding, folks. That is the high personal cost that the Netanyahu family is paying, folks, with this war.
גם אני חייב להגיד, רעייתי היקרה היא גיבורה. היא נושאת מחיר אישי במשך שנים. כשאני מוביל את המהלך הזה נגד הגרעין האיראני, היא הקריבה את מיטב שנותיה, ונתנה לי את כל הכוח להיות פה, כי בלעדיה לא הייתי כאן, וכך גם שני בניי.
Bro, fuck you, fuck your wife, fuck your sons, you're all fucking demons. May God fucking smite you, bro. I got nothing to say anymore. This is, if God is real, if the gods are real, whatever religion is real, if there are any gods on this planet, if there are aliens watching us, fucking smite this man. If we do not have the power or the ability to do it, we need some fucking divine intervention. Someone fucking smite this man. Fucking hit him with lightning. Let him be fucking struck by fucking lightning. Let him get hit by a fucking boat. You know what I mean? Let him be swimming and have a jet ski go over him and fucking have the most gruesome accident. But we need fucking intervention, bro. كس اختك بأيدي يا اخو الشرموطة انت وعائلتك ومرتك وولادك وسليلتك كلها وشعبك كله شعبك الصهيوني الاسرائيلي الخرا. Yuppity do. Yalla, back to this. Thank you, Haley.
Because Israel somehow keeps killing the nuclear scientists. If you want a profession to not go into in Iran, it's nuclear science. Because the closer and closer you get to a fucking degree, you're going to be eliminated. So use that for your talking point. Because why does it take longer and longer and longer? Because they keep getting eliminated. That's why.
Wait, guys,
who did Israel
there's
go after
also a
first?
point. Go ahead.
Nuclear scientists and generals. They're all dead. Start over. There you go.
Bring up
They keep getting, the way he says, they keep getting eliminated. Like it's a cool thing. Like we just eliminated, what's the word? Liquidated a target. Thomas Jerome Newton with 5,500 CLP. I ran so far away, you couldn't make me stay. And I ran so far away. That's every time someone says I ran, that's what I think of. Akeshi sends also $5. Thank you so much. Everyone who is pro-war, pro-Israel should be the first ones drafted because we know they won't dare sign up. Exactly. If you want to support war, bro, if you want to fucking sit here and bark at the screen with your, full-chested, you know what I mean? Full-throated, go fucking fight. Go fucking fight for Israel, bro. Yalla, we're waiting.
a really good
Fufei, welcome to the Do Not Warriors. Thank you for becoming a member, Fufei.
point.
Thank you.
I just want to say, if Trump and Republicans didn't believe that Iran was a threat, why did they take away Mike Pompeo's Secret Service protection as an insult? Do you understand? They did that to basically, knife the guy in the
By the way,
front.
anyone who calls it Iran or Iraq, fuck them. You know what I mean? If someone starts the conversation like Iran, just stop talking to them. Okay, you say Iran, go to that room over there, sit down. I'm gonna finish my dinner here by myself. That's how you treat someone who says Iran or Iraq. Okay? These are people without any culture.
That's point number two. Point number one. Point number two, Anna, I tried to say this earlier, but I wasn't able to. You said that Netanyahu controls Trump. Netanyahu couldn't even get Trump to visit him on his first foreign tour. He went to Saudi Arabia first. He couldn't. It was a huge insult to Israel because Bibi was fully expecting
The
that.
Israeli government has a massive amount of influence on our government. I didn't say Bibi controls Trump.
You did say that.
Okay.
Though.
Maybe it's the other way around, that America has a massive control of influence on Israel.
I think
to say that a little tiny country is dominating America would be lying to yourself.
It's a tiny little. We have a bigger dick than Israel. Okay? Did you just call Trump? Did you just call America a pussy, Anna? Did you just call America a pussy? Huh? Shut up, sweetheart. Hey, sugar tits, shut the fuck up. I'm speaking.
Or just completely uninformed.
We
You're
have
saying that Israel
destabilized-
controls America. How about America controls Israel?
That's
Maybe
hilarious.
it's the other way around.
Why are we paying for Israel's
Just like-
bombs?
just like-
the country that had an economic surplus in 2001 was Israel. I'm sorry, 2021.
What do you mean? Why is Israel buying bombs from America?
No, they're not buying bombs with their money. We're paying for their bombs.
No,
okay, and they had an economic surplus in 2021. In the middle of a pandemic, they had an economic surplus. We haven't had an economic surplus since 2001. Why are we paying for their bombs?
And maybe because it's
Well, that's
useful
what-
for us to have an ally in the Middle
Yeah,
East.
I
Like
don't-
They're not an ally. They're barely.
Hold on a
Well,
second.
according to the U.S. government, they're
They use
definitely
us as a
not.
tool to fight their wars. That's what they are.
Your blind hatred of Israel doesn't allow you
I
to
would
be
almost
reasonable.
argue the opposite to a certain extent, that they almost often do our dirty work in some cases.
Like what?
Like
Give me an
taking out the
example.
nuclear
Like
scientists
this.
in Iran.
There's no
The
question
precision
that we
strikes
wanted
this.
this.
Taking out the nuclear
We
scientists in
wanted
Iran
this.
is going to lead.
They're just doing our dirty work, Anna. We wanted this. America wanted this, Anna. Come on. Israel's just doing our dirty work. Come on. What do you mean? We wanted it, Anna. We just wanted the war. Who wanted it? Who? Trump?
I'm not saying it's
right or
full-blown
wrong,
war, but our
They're
soldiers
already at war,
They're in
Anna.
a peace treaty as well, though. Like, how are we ever going to have diplomatic relations with? Do you think they're ever going to trust the American government, Trump, anyone ever again when they're in the middle of these negotiations?
There's no diplomatic relations with a psychopathic regime in Iran.
Bro, Amy Dangerfield spin some facts today, huh? Our Australian fucking, what was the word? Contributor spin some facts.
Hold on, I don't even know. Hold on.
it.
What? I'm sorry.
They
I
were in the
lost
middle of their peace talk.
Who
They were-
was?
with the
Yeah.
the
Who
treaty.
was? Iran and Trump. Yes.
Yes.
No, they were not.
Yes, they were. They had their final talks coming.
Did she just say no, they were not? Jillian, read a fucking book. Jesus fucking Christ, watch CNN or CNBC for 10 fucking minutes, yo.
You find the video.
Yes, Sunday.
They are saying we're never going to do a deal with America.
That's not true. They're coming on Sunday.
Amy, do yourself a favor. Don't succumb to her bullshit argument.
This is all over the
Trump gave them
marketplace.
60 days. Okay.
Exactly.
Not only did they not negotiate, they were like, bah, ha, ha.
Exactly.
So much so that I could not believe.
And what day did they attack on?
This is bizarre.
They were meant to meet on
61.
Sunday. They were meant to meet on Sunday.
Hey, we have 60 days of a peace treaty.
He just said, okay, ready? He just said, still want to do a deal.
Yep.
Okay, where is it? Where is that
Give them
deal?
the chance to get to the talks to be able to discuss
Amy,
the
they
deal.
had 60
Instead of first
days.
allowing this attack to happen, denying it at first,
You
and then
guys,
coming back and saying,
I
oh yeah, no,
love-
we actually were complicit.
The truth is
I'm not
definitely
even
somewhere in the middle
pro-Iran.
here.
I'm not
Hold on.
pro-Iran. I'm not
Let me show you the
pro-Israel.
truth.
I'm just talking about what people are saying in the marketplace. You guys are acting like that is
In the
violent.
marketplace. This is what people are saying in the marketplace of ideas. Did she just really say this is what people are saying in the marketplace? Unironically, she said marketplace.
And saying these insane things.
By the way,
plenty of people who agree with
and
her
there
who
are
are on the
plenty
right.
that also don't.
I know.
There are military historians
Hold on.
that are not ideologically captured that fundamentally disagree and do see them as an existential threat. And while they are MAGA, their concern is if you
MAGA?
kick this can in order to, yes, focus on America, what do you get in a very short period of time? And the reality is Iran is telling you who they are. In the words of Maya Angelou, believe them. I don't want any of this stuff you're talking about. And if you are right, God help me, that will be awful. But
I am right,
what
and it will
if-
be awful.
I don't know that you are. Everybody said this about Soleimani, and they were wrong.
Okay, so
So this fucking crazy piece of shit has been sitting there being like, I don't want a war. I don't want a war. Everything she says is pro-war. Everything she says, she wants to bomb the shit out of Iran. So Jillian Michaels, please stop fucking pretending that you're anyway against this fucking war. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you, you fucking war hawk. You want fucking innocent people to die, you dumb fucking piece of shit. Sorry guys, I'm getting mad right now because this is supposed to be entertaining and stuff. Like these fucking people are talking about my region and they want to let Israel bomb all of us because they're fucking idiots, bro.
Anna, as much as I think you're great, you're not even willing to be reasonable.
Because there's a body of evidence that you guys won't even let me present. Like, you guys won't even let me make my argument.
Okay, so I'm going to talk,
You go,
and then you can come back with your talk.
Here we go, and then let's go to Anna.
The problem that you have is the same problem that I had about 4 years ago when I joined the PBD podcast. I was so blind with hatred to Trump, I wasn't willing to be reasonable and hear the argument out. But here's what happened.
It says that something glitched. Someone became a do not warrior, but I can't see their name. Are they the person that Haley D timed out? It could be Stargazer. Stargazer, who might have become a member, was also timed out by Haley. So hey, welcome or fuck you. I don't know.
I said, you know what? Instead of yelling every time somebody tries to talk, let me use these 2 ears and learn something. And now I said, you know what? Maybe they did lie about Russia. Oh, maybe they did. Oh, you know what? Maybe the media did play us. And I had to learn. I had to rewire my brain to understand that maybe everything I understood was not accurate. So now I'm one of the loudest, proudest MAGA people because I realized I was lied to. So my hope for you is that when you...
So you realize you were lied to about all these wars. You were lied to about Iraq. You were lied to about Afghanistan. You were lied to about X and Y. Why wouldn't they lie to you about Iran again? If they've lied to you and taken you to all of these wars, all based on lies, chances are you're being lied to again, you fucking dumbass. Yahmad.
Say things like, I'm 100% right, and I know everything. That is a very, very weak position to be in because you're not willing to even recognize the fact that maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
Have you ever been wrong before? The answer is yes.
Of course I've been
Bingo.
wrong. Yes, of course I've been wrong. However, Lindy, let me make my argument, please. Let me just make my argument without people jumping down my throat.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I want to provide the...
Go ahead.
Dating back to the 1990s, Netanyahu was saying that Iran was days away from having a nuclear weapon. That was false. They don't have a nuclear weapon now. So this has been a multi-decade effort. Now,
because they killed the scientists. Oh my God.
Now,
do you acknowledge that they've been eliminating the scientists?
Do you acknowledge they have 6 to 10 bombs worth of enriched uranium and they just developed detonators?
Okay. They have,
Do you hear what she said?
according to the IAEA...
Stargazer, Haley is apologizing. She says, sorry, Stargazer. It was just the only activity I saw and we've had weirdos today. So Stargazer, please, do not cancel your membership if you've been offended by Haley, who has accidentally muted you. We'll make it up to you later, Stargazer.
Okay.
And Haley, don't apologize. You know what I mean? It's better to be safe than sorry.
By the way, the head of the IAEA,
but
he's got some
Gabbard
issues.
just said this.
Okay, but hold on. Tulsi Gabbard in March said that they don't have a nuclear weapon and they're not building a nuclear weapon.
They said they were enriching uranium.
They do. Okay.
What are they doing? That to watch TV?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I understand where you're at. It's hard to make your argument when you don't have a standing
Congratulations,
legislation.
Adam. We're going to send American soldiers to invade.
We are. That's not true.
We are. That's what Netanyahu is pushing for right now.
But it doesn't mean that
do you
you
think
think
regime
they're not there
change
now, so
war
let's live
is
in
going to be
reality.
an easy war to fight?
Let's play in realpolitik. Let's play in reality. If, woulda, coulda, shoulda. How about what's happening now?
Okay, let's go to Wesley
yes,
Clark.
no.
Let her
Let's go to Wesley Clark. Let's go to Wesley Clark.
Let her finish.
I don't know if she has a point.
Okay,
her point is I'm pro-Iran
You
and I'm
wouldn't even let me make
anti-Israel.
my point.
I'm with you.
Hold on. Let her make her point.
Back in 2007, General Wesley Clark was told something that he found deeply, deeply problematic. This is in 2007. Let's watch the video. Let's put the volume up. Take a look.
And he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon, and one of the generals called me, and he said, sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second. I said, well, you're too busy. He said, no. He says, we've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq. This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, we're going to war with Iraq. Why?
Why?
He said, I don't know. He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. So I said, well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to al-Qaeda? He said, no. He says, there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail.
Exactly. But notice,
So I came back to see him a few weeks later.
They're speaking over the video, bro. They can't even help themselves. This is such a clusterfuck of a fucking show, bro. I love it. This is the greatest episode of Her Take. This is what we wanted from day one. Bring in fucking misogynistic asshole fucking douchey men, and that's it. Recipe for perfection.
And the Republican Party are still in charge. They're still in charge. They still have quite a bit of sway, clearly, because unfortunately, going along with what Israel just did in striking Iran is going to lead to a full-blown war. Netanyahu isn't even hiding the ball. He's being very clear that he wants regime change in Iran. Iran is not Iraq, by the way. You're right about that, Jillian. Iran is not Iraq. Iran is far more superior in their military capacity and capability. It is a country of 90 million people, okay? The fact
Who
that
want
he is
to be
trying...
free.
Okay,
Who want to be free from fucking Israel, bro. We all want to be free from Israel. That's it. Free Hamas, free Palestine from Israel, free Lebanon from Israel, free Iran from Israel at this point, bro. No one, people would rather be free from Israel than to be free from their government. I promise you. Take it from an Arab, bro.
Okay, first of all, they do. They want. Hold on.
For those of you that are ready to tap out, he's going to throw a tampon at Anna in like 20 minutes, so buckle up.
Regime. Iran beat women to death in the
Wait, hold on. I know. That's
okay. So bomb Saudi Arabia, Jillian. Go bomb Saudi Arabia if that's your problem. If you want to liberate people from Islam, then go bomb Indonesia. Go bomb every Muslim country you can think of.
Guys, that video is. Hold on.
Yeah,
I've been trying to.
Go.
Okay, so that video was from 2007. Can we please all remember who the president of the United States is?
George Bush.
Well, right now, I mean, it's Donald Trump who ran on the platform of, come on, America first.
Right, he did.
Ran
but
on
is he going to follow through on that?
Not intervening. I'm actually you talk about ostriches. I'm one of your ostriches. I don't want to get involved in other people's shit. I want to focus on all the problems we have here and just get it sorted out. I don't want to go overseas. So in that regard, I'm with you. I just think that you're fighting a straw man argument. I don't think we are in danger of going. I don't think we're in danger of sending our boys overseas. I just don't see that happening because this guy ran on a. You think MAGA is going to be okay?
There's a genuine concern that she has, without question. Yeah,
there is. Did you vote for Trump?
She's
no, I did not vote.
You didn't vote for Trump?
No, I didn't vote.
Hold on, let me ask this question. Who did you vote for?
I didn't vote for either candidate.
There's no way that I.
So you didn't vote for Trump.
Listen,
so you're
Adam,
not America first.
Adam, are you fucking kidding me right now?
You're not America.
You can be America first and not vote for Trump. Okay, America first means
if you were America first, you would have.
If you didn't vote for Donald Trump, you can't be America first. Bro, I want to call this guy the R word. I'm sorry, I'm kidding, but like, you know what I mean? He's getting me to a point where I want to say slurs, folks. Khalas, I'm getting to a point where I want to say slurs.
It means you're a populist, and you are a populist.
I am a populist, yes.
You're a progressive.
America first.
Respectfully, you're a progressive.
America first.
You're a Bernie Sanders
Who
progressive.
gives a fuck what I am, Adam? What I give a fuck about is what's right and what the evidence indicates.
I think people should understand who you are.
Are you Israel first?
No,
Because
I'm America
it sure seems
first.
like it. No, you're not.
I'm America first.
You're not. You're not.
Because I voted for Trump, America first.
Because you constantly provide cover for.
I voted for Trump, bro. Kharish Kaf, bro. Kharish Kaf. What's this fucking idiot, bro? This fucking dumbass taking it. Just he's on a fucking TV show. Like, fuck you. Fuck PBD, bro. Okay? I'm watching for the tampon, but like, this is fucking crazy.
Country that we spend $3 billion on every year. In addition to every time they get into a war, we're the ones who shell out the money.
Are you Armenian?
While our Americans are homeless, they're sick and dying, and I'm sick of this.
Are you Armenian?
Dude, Why are you asking me questions about myself? This isn't about me.
You just
this
said
is
something
about a political issue.
You just said something about myself, so I'm asking
After
you
you asked me about myself,
we're not even asking personal attacks. Let's grow up. Are you Armenian?
Yeah, I'm Armenian.
So do you care about Armenia?
I do care about Armenia.
So do you,
yes.
do you want the best for Armenians?
I do want the best for Armenians.
Okay, that's
but
great.
if Armenia
So I feel
was
the same
trying
way
to
about
drag,
Israel.
if Armenia was trying to drag, listen,
You have no reason to feel the same about Israel because being Jewish doesn't automatically mean you're Israeli. You have no claim to the land, okay? You shouldn't feel any way towards Israel because Israel shouldn't even be your country. You motherfucker. You colonizing fuck.
listen to me. If Armenia was trying to drag the United States into an offensive war on its behalf, I would have problems with that.
Well, that's kind of like your opinion, man. Wait, that's not the actual
That's not an
facts.
argument,
Can I ask one question? You just attacked me
That's
for
not
being
an
Jewish
argument.
and defending Israel.
I didn't attack you for being Jewish. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth.
Listen,
Don't do this whole like,
yapping
oh, you
woman.
hate Jews bullshit.
Like,
okay?
you're the type of woman that
I'm talking about the
disgusts men.
policy.
because
Okay, stop,
as you're trying to talk,
You're the type of woman that disgusts men? Bro, what the fuck? Bro, Anna, fucking quit. Anna, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a fan of Anna Kasparian anymore. Fucking quit. You are too good for these people. I'm sorry. You are too good for these people. You made a mistake. Get online, apologize to the left, be like, yo, I kind of fucked up. We will take you back. We'll think about it at least. We will think about it. But get the fuck out of here. This is hurting me. I don't like I used to like Anna a lot. I used to watch her and look up to her when I was younger, years ago. I don't like to see this, bro. This is قرف كتير disrespect. يعني كسختك بأيدي يا آدم واحد مقرف واحد زب واحد بلا شرف ما بتحكي هيك. You don't talk like that to women, bro.
You just keep yapping.
Have you seen my husband? Trust me, I don't
just keep yapping. What?
In my mouth.
You just
don't
said
put words in my mouth.
Listen,
don't do this whole like,
yapping
oh, you
woman.
hate Jews bullshit.
Like,
okay?
you're the type of woman that
I'm talking about the
disgusts
policy.
men. Because as you're trying to talk, you just keep yapping.
Have you seen my
You
husband?
love
Trust me,
Armenia.
I don't
Guys,
discuss men.
I'm sure your husband's
We
very
agree on
feminist.
personal attacks.
Go ahead.
Stop. Here's okay.
There's no way a real.
Bro, that's insane, bro. And the fact that they're doing this live, bro. They're doing this live so they can't cut this shit out. You know what I mean? This is awesome.
Hold on. I completely lost track.
I'm just saying. No real
Guys,
man.
the tampon is going to happen in like 10 minutes, okay? 10 to 15 minutes.
God,
listen,
hey,
if
that's
you-
a personal attack.
If you had an
Hold
argument,
on.
you wouldn't.
You're Armenia first, are you not?
Okay, hold on. Does anybody have a legitimate?
Are you like literally retarded?
No,
Guys,
pretty smart.
guys,
Seems like you're pretty retarded.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, look, I'm going to let it slip. Anna is allowed to use that word. Anna, I'm letting it slide. It's okay. Anna can use it because he is fucking being that right now, bro.
I'm gonna call Vinny in here to start slapping people around. I can't
Let's
control
go.
this. And my flag is not upside down on purpose. I cannot rotate the pin, so I'm not anti-American. With that said,
No one gives a fuck, bro, about your fucking pin. I'm anti-American, so I flipped the pin.
a genuine question for you. Okay. Is it possible? And I'm obviously there's no way to know if I'm right or I'm wrong here. But is it possible that some of the stuff you're talking about was actually the United States agenda? And we utilized Israel to do our dirty work. Is it
What dirty work
possible?
did they do for
Okay,
us?
But you're talking about Iraq. You're talking about,
Right.
for example,
Is it
with Iraq.
possible?
Hold on.
Answer the question.
But Israel didn't send IDF soldiers to fight in Iraq. We sent our
I
soldiers
know.
to fight
She
in
tried to
Iraq.
ask you a question and you
I'm
said
talking
answer
about,
it.
okay,
Ask her the
but
question.
but they backed us up with their intelligence. They
Right,
gave
right. Their intelligence was that
She asked you
Saddam
a
Hussein had
question.
weapons of
Is
mass
it
destruction.
possible?
What I'm saying.
Jillian, please ask that question.
Who was behind Iraq? Like, we know that it was Condoleezza Rice, it was Dick Cheney. Oh my God, I forgot the guy's name. The friggin'
Colin Powell.
Thank you,
Colin
Powell.
Powell.
The other guy that was with Bush. That whole it was
The devil.
The other guy,
My
yeah,
point is
he
that-
was behind it. You know, the guy with the glasses. It was this dude, that guy. They did Iraq, right?
That was not just Netanyahu. And the thing is, what I get slightly concerned about is that we're like, look at this little country, they're evil. And it's that rhetoric scares me a lot. I do see all your concerns with Netanyahu. You're very legitimate to be concerned about it. But right now, if I could just step back, right, and say, as I've been watching Trump this first time, I've been completely confounded. And like, I just don't understand his one thing, like the one bad guy, the one like country that he was willing to conduct attacks on was Iran. He's like, I came out of that 2018 deal. They were dishonest. It was a terrible deal. They were allowed to enrich uranium, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever, believe true or not. He didn't do that to anyone else. Then it was, he took out ISIS. He went after Soleimani. He bankrupted the country. He's been genuinely concerned, and he didn't get us into.
He took out ISIS? Sorry, they're crediting Trump with taking out ISIS? Is that what's happening right now? Hezbollah took out ISIS, you stupid idiot. Go train some fat asses at the gym. And when I use the term fat ass as a term of endearment, folks, because of our TV show. I'm not trying to be insensitive to the overweight community. I love my overweight people. If you weigh, whatever you weigh, folks, we love you here on the Do Not Worry podcast. On the Do Not Worry stream, folks.
Any new wars. He wanted out of Afghanistan. He wasn't engaging in regime changes. So all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to do a deal with Iran. I'm not going to put sanctions on Putin. because he's going to cooperate in a deal with Iran, which does that mean Putin's going to look the other way if I don't put sanctions on him for Ukraine?
NY Anthony, don't worry. I apologize as soon as it came out of my mouth. That's how we do it here. No buttons, so we have to be good at apologizing.
Cooperate with Ukraine, you mean, right?
I'm saying Trump said after that whole Operation Spiderweb thing fell apart, he still didn't put sanctions on Putin. But he turned around and he's like, well, I talked to Putin for an hour and 15 minutes. There's not going to be any peace over there. But we talked about a deal with Iran. He's going to be helpful.
Wait, what is Numfo saying? Don't use slurs. It makes you look ignorant. Do you use racist slurs? I was kidding about using a slur, Numfo. We don't use slurs here, my man. Or my lady. I was just kidding around, folks. Of course. You guys need to chill out in the chat, man. We're having a good time here. We're watching a man throw a tampon at a woman. That's what's happening here, folks.
Obviously, they clearly discussed that this was going to happen. My point is, the administration knew. The administration wanted to do this. I don't think Netanyahu is pulling Trump's strings. I think Trump has had a bone to pick with Iran since his first term. And I worry that if we're like, Israel's doing this, that there's a Venn diagram there that makes me very nervous with regard
But
to...
Jill, do you understand why I say Israel...
going to happen? My point is, the administration knew. The administration wanted to do this. I don't think Netanyahu is pulling Trump's strings. I think Trump has had a bone to pick with Iran since his first term. And I worry that if we're like, Israel's doing this, that there's a Venn diagram there that makes me very nervous with regard
But
to...
Jill, do you understand why I say Israel is doing this?
There is a Venn diagram with the U.S. and Israel. It's basically Israel. The U.S. and Israel have the same interests in the region. They want the same fucking thing. They are the same fucking country at this point. They are one entity. Israel is like the 51st state.
Because of the long history of Israel trying to goad us into war with Iran. That's why I'm saying it. Again, it's Netanyahu's own words dating back to the 1990s. You say that Israel helps us with intelligence. Okay, well, I wonder where we got our intelligence that Iraq had nuclear weapons.
No, that was
or weapons of mass
but
destruction.
there was no intelligence. It was a lie. We knew it was a lie.
But where did that lie come from?
It came from Cheney.
It wasn't just Cheney. Cheney in the very, very, very beginning.
All those
in the very
knew they didn't have
Hold on.
WMDs.
Let me just
They
finish my
knew
point.
it. Okay.
Cheney in the very, there's a really great book about this. Okay, if you guys want to read, and it's full of evidence. So it's called The Israel Lobby. Okay, in the very, very, very beginning of this whole debate about whether or not the United States should do a preemptive war in Iraq, Cheney wasn't convinced, believe it or not. But he was eventually convinced with the intel, allegedly, that there were...
Folks, I was gone for an important reason. To bring little Nata to you guys. Look at little Natuti. Natuti, you doing okay? Natuti? Okay, folks, we're back. We're back. Sorry. We're back.
Weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
I read another book called Provoked, written by Scott Horton, and his argument is that Cheney wasn't convinced until Halliburton was bankrupt.
There's
and
an
then he had to
oil
go
component.
get into the whole mix. So there's differing perspectives on this. I would simply ask you, Iran, you don't see them as a threat. They didn't come to the table. They had an opportunity to.
But they, Jill, they did. They did come to the table.
Jill, they were at the table. There was a deal that Trump ripped up. Jill, you need to understand this. Iran was at the table. The U.S. walked away from the table. Okay, Jillian? Khalas, good. We got that down. I'm glad.
The gaslighting on this issue is unbearable, and it's very reminiscent of the gaslighting that took place
Then
in the
why
lead
do
up
they
to
fund?
Iraq.
Why are they the top state funders of terror?
I think Iran poses a national security threat to Israel.
Don't agree with you.
They do, though.
That is true, right?
No,
They-
to Israel and
Yeah.
they destabilize the entire Middle East. The Saudis can't stand them. The Qataris can't
I mean,
stand them.
look, listen.
They,
Do you
now
understand
Syria-
what- do you
Syria
understand what
reached
she
out to
just said? She's
Israel.
bringing a very good
Syria
point to the
reached out to
table.
Israel and said, "You want to
Destabilizing. They did not. Israel is destabilizing the entire Middle East. Israel is destabilizing the entire Middle East. Hezbollah exists as a response to Israel invading Lebanon twice in 1978 and 1982. Hezbollah was created in 1982 after the second invasion of Lebanon by Israel. Hamas exists as a direct response to Israel. Stop it with this bullshit. They are not a sponsor of terrorism. Okay, they were helping the resistance. Yes, they were helping the resistance. Iran had its own selfish gains. They used their proxies sometimes to stand up to Israel when Iran should have stood up for Israel. Iran should have been fighting Israel a long fucking time ago. If you ask me, instead of using Lebanon, you know what I mean? And Lebanon ate all the shit. A small country that can't afford anything. You know what I mean? We have an economic crisis. We kept getting bombed by Israel while Iran kept, stayed in the back. No one's fucking defending Iran here, like the government. But stop it with the stupidity, you uneducated fucks.
expand? What if in my dream world, and I am not saying you are wrong, there's a very good chance that you're right. I'm simply trying to open up the...
Veronica, H song with another 6 shekels. Set them free. Arbit macht frei. Damn, that's awesome.
Possibility that Trump doesn't
Thank you,
want
Veronica.
forever
We hope
wars.
you're
He
safe.
hasn't
We love
engaged
you.
in
That's
regime
what I've been
change to
trying to say.
date, okay? That now his goal is to win a peace prize. He's trying to expand the Abraham Accords. Syria reached out to Israel and said, we want in. Does it free up that region to stabilize things with these, I mean, I'm sorry, bad actors and evil regime, arguably defanged?
Afghanistan is currently...
Stargazer's back, folks. Stargazer, welcome. And thank you for becoming a member, Stargazer. We're happy to have you here.
Governed by the Taliban.
You're not wrong.
Okay, in Syria, we have a former ISIS and Al-Qaeda agent now leading that country. And then in Libya, I mean, you want to talk about destabilizing the Middle East. No country has destabilized the Middle East on Israel's behalf than the United States of America by overthrowing Gaddafi in Libya. By the way, that happened under Obama. This is not a Republican or Democrat thing. Both parties are complicit or actively involved in the regime change wars that have cost American lives, cost American resources. And I just ask that we maybe think this through a little more before we start beating the war drums.
But hold on, I just want to say again that I'm an isolationist. I think that if you cannot, for most Americans, they can't even pick Iran on a map, we should not get involved. Like, this is not our business.
Again, if they say Iran, they shouldn't be looking at a map either.
That's my point of view. I want to wash my hands of the situation. I don't want to get involved. That said, Anna,
That said, if our allies, if America's greatest ally, Israel, needs help, we should totally send our boys in. Isn't that right, Wendy?
you fail to mention that the people who, like, for example, the Taliban, it's a moderated version of the Taliban, who has made concessions. Also, the guy from Al-Qaeda,
okay, that's
I understand they're bad, but it's a less bad version. We have to acknowledge that, though, because the guy who is now running Syria, he has made attempts and has very vocally said that I am not who I used to be. I'm reformed. I just want to say that. This is not like your pure version of Al-Qaeda. It's not the Taliban of your grandfather, so to
The United States should not be in the business of carrying out regime change wars anywhere.
Is this
period.
that, though, or is it
I agree with that, but
defanging
Trump
a
is not
global
going to
threat?
because he
That is
ran
the
on
question.
America first.
We're making
Is it bad though, or is this? Are we deflating a global? They're all pro-war. They're all saying that no, we don't want the war. But if it had to happen, if we had to, let us tell you why it's okay.
Regime change thing, I couldn't agree with you more.
Okay.
I'm just saying, is this that? Because they are pretty freaking scary.
Well, that's the first video that you were
They're
going to...
pretty freaking scary. They're pretty freaking scary. That's why we should bomb them. Why should we bomb Iran? Because they're pretty freaking scary. You know who's fucking scary? America's fucking terrifying. They have ungodly numbers of nuclear weapons. They bomb countries every fucking day. They destabilize governments every fucking day. You know who's scary? Israel. They're bombing fucking 6 countries at the same time. Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Yemen, Iran. 5 countries. Sorry, there's probably a 6th one somewhere that I'm forgetting. Iraq. Are they bombing Iraq? Probably. Shuyana, they're scary because they have beards and they have turbans and they're Muslims. That's why they're fucking scary to you.
Play, right? That was where he was trying to appeal to people's emotions because he knows that people are against child brides. They're against all of the...
Did she say the Taliban are chill now? I fucking missed that, bro. She said the Taliban are chill? I can't believe that, bro.
These things. So, of course, that's going to be the main rhetoric used when putting out this video.
I just don't think that's our business.
I don't
Why do
think
we
that's
need to
the
hear
rhetoric.
hear
The
that,
rhetoric
sorry.
is that
country has destabilized the Middle East on Israel's behalf than the United States of America by overthrowing Gaddafi in Libya. By the way, that happened under Obama. This is not a Republican or Democrat thing. Both parties are complicit or actively involved in the regime change wars that have cost American lives, cost American resources, and I just ask that we maybe think this through a little more before we start beating the war drums.
But hold on, I just want to say again that I'm an isolationist. I think that if you cannot, for most Americans, they can't even pick Iran on a map, we should not get involved. Like, this is not our business. That is my point of view. I want to wash my hands of the situation. I don't want to get involved. That said, Anna, respectfully, you fail to mention that the people who, like, for example, the Taliban, it's a moderated version of the Taliban, who has made concessions. Also, the guy from Al-Qaeda.
They're a moderated version of the Taliban. No, they're a chill, they're nice. They're the new Taliban. They're Taliban 2.0, okay? They're updated now. They're pro-gay rights.
Okay, that's
I understand they're bad, but it's a less bad version. We have to acknowledge that, though, because the guy who is now running Syria, he has made attempts and has very vocally said that I am not who I used to be. I'm
Tampon
reformed.
is
I just
coming,
want to
I
say
promise
This
you.
is not like
Tampon is
your
coming.
pure version of Al-Qaeda. It's not the Taliban of your grandfather, so
The United States should not be in the business of carrying out regime change wars anywhere.
Is this
period.
that, though, or is it
I agree with that, but
defanging
Trump
a
is not
global
going to
threat?
because he
That is
ran
the
on
question.
America first.
We're
And
making
we're
a regime
Is it
change thing.
deflating a global threat?
I don't think that's the rhetoric.
Ooh, Amy's angry.
Things. So appeal to people's emotions because he knows that people are against child brides. They're against
He knows, folks. He knows people. He knows.
Just as saying, is this that? Because they are pretty freaking scary.
Well, that's the first video that you were going to play, right? That was where he was trying to appeal to people's emotions because he knows that people are against
people's emotions, because he knows how does that even happen? How do you say immersions and Nours? Akeshi sends $5 and says, just find it ironic that they say this, then turn around and root for the resistance in Star Wars, like Ted Cruz thinks he's Luke Skywalker. Exactly. Any Arab resistance, they're fucking terrorists. But if it's a white man in a movie, long live Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Don't you just love Chewbacca?
against all of these things. So of course that's going to be the main rhetoric used when putting out this video.
I just don't think that's our business.
I don't think that's the rhetoric. The rhetoric is they are the freaking top funders of Hamas, Hezbollah, the Shia militia. I mean, the list goes on and
then
on.
let's let Israel deal with it. Thank you, Linda.
And we are thankful to them for funding our resistance to be able to defend us against the Israeli invasions that they've tried to do over and over again. Thank you, Iran, for funding the resistance. We appreciate you.
I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Okay, then we're in agreement about this.
Let Israel handle it. I don't think the United States taxpayers should fund that war. And I don't think, look, if they need defensive support, okay, fine. But no boots on the ground.
We already provided that with
and absolutely no more American taxpayer money. Israel should pay for its own bombs.
I agree with you. You just said it at the beginning.
So you have a problem. Do you have a problem with the fact that currently the United States funds Israel's wars? We provide them over $3 billion a year in military aid. Do you want that to come to an end?
So, no, and I'll tell you why. Because what you're doing is a disservice to all the other countries that the United States gives money to.
No, I disagree.
We give money to Palestine. We give money to Egypt. We give money to every single country.
You give money to Palestine, bro? How do you give money to Palestine?
The world.
Currently, Israel is carrying out ethnic cleansing and genocide of Palestinians. So, I mean,
a genocide.
Yeah, it is a genocide.
And there's no other genocides going on in the world. It's just
we don't
Israel.
fund those genocides. We fund this genocide.
Pretty sure we fund a lot of
this
genocide.
genocide.
Instead of just blaming everything on Israel, though.
So what is his argument? It's like, we fund a lot of genocide, so why are you just angry about this genocide that we fund? You should be upset that you're funding any genocides, you motherfucker, okay? What? We fund a lot of genocides. Why are you only angry about this one? What a great American. What a great guy, this guy. What a great... Is he Israeli? I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Carrying out ethnic cleansing and genocide of Palestinians. So, I mean...
a genocide.
Yeah, it is a genocide.
And there's no other genocides going on in the world. It's just
we don't
Israel.
fund those genocides. We fund this genocide.
Pretty sure we fund a lot of
this genocide.
Instead of just blaming everything on Israel, though, can we also...
Wait,
hold on. Wait, can I just... Hold on. Can I...
Because
let me
all
finish
those
that point.
things you mentioned, we were behind. I just want to be clear.
That's Jill. You bring up a really good point. Let me expand on that. Instead of just throwing everything and scapegoating Israel for all the problems under the sun, why not look at our own military-industrial complex and ask, why are we, not just Israel though, in Ukraine, billions of dollars gushing all around the world? And instead of blaming, the Israelis for this, why not ask the defense contractors who are constantly lobbying our senators and congressmen for additional funding?
Instead of blaming the poor Israelis who started bombing Iran out of the blue, why don't we blame the defense contractors who sold them the weapons? Of course we blame the defense contractors. Of course we blame governments, Western governments, the American government, European governments for sending unlimited weapons to Israel. But we also blame them for being fucking psychotic, degenerate, genocidal motherfuckers.
That's a problem. Just not all Bibi. Okay?
It's not all Bibi.
He's a problem, but he's not the only problem. We also have to look here at home.
But it is a happy marriage when you have the government of Israel pushing us to fight a war, and when you have defense contractors who see a profitable opportunity to exploit that situation on their behalf. And this is the same thing that keeps playing out over and over again. Again, I'm just asking, look at the evidence, look at what Netanyahu has been saying for decades, look at the lies that were told about other Middle Eastern wars that we got dragged into. I want to prevent that. I want American soldiers to fight wars to defend the United States when it's necessary. I have not seen enough evidence, or any evidence really, to indicate that Iran is a national security threat to the United States.
America, what do you think they mean? Because I'm taking them at face value. I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, look.
They mean fuck America. They mean we fucking hate you. They don't mean literally they want to blow up America. How are they going to explode a whole country? You know how many nukes they would fucking need to blow up America? Then what would happen after Iran nukes America? You don't think the rest of the world is going to nuke the living fuck out of them? When people say death to America, it's a vibe. It's a sense like, yo, fuck them. Fuck this country, bro. Fuck these people that have fucked our lives over and over again, time and time again. That's what it means. It's just like a sentiment. You know what I mean? We're just pissed off when they say death to America. And they don't literally fucking mean it, you fucking dumbass simpleton.
You think they want a pillow fight? What do they want?
No,
chanting death to America? What do you think they want?
Listen to me. I don't think that they favor the United States. Okay.
Favor.
But the idea
They're
that
calling
they're chanting
death for America.
Right. I mean, people chant all sorts of things, but we're going to go to war.
What I'm saying is that Trump is not going to. I just don't think
we need to see.
Minimizing the whole death to America.
I am minimizing it. I
Okay,
am minimizing
well, then there we go.
it. Yeah, I am minimizing it because I need to see actual evidence that they're carrying out acts. And I need to see an attack against the United States, and there's no evidence of that.
Okay.
First of all,
so if you were America first, you would say, hold on, some countries falling, trying to call for America's death. I wouldn't minimize that. I would actually take that at face value. And that's why Trump is behind.
Bro, we need a show just between these two fuckers. Anna and this fucking guy. Drop her take. Drop the whole fucking stupid shit. Here are your co-hosts right now. PBD, if you're too dumb to fucking see it, you're sitting on a gold mine. Anna versus Adam. Once a week, let them fucking go at it, bro. Because everyone else on that panel is fucking useless right now. I'm sorry. Everyone else is useless. No one is saying anything useful. Jillian Michaels is a fucking idiot. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. The other three ladies haven't made a peep. So this is what the show should be, man. And you're going to get way more than 50,000 views a week. I can fucking guarantee you that, PBD. Either Anna quits or you give her a fucking promotion after this. That's what should happen.
Maybe not on this, because you know what America First stands for? Three things. They're anti-globalist, okay, anti-Marxist, anti-CCP, and ready for it? Anti-Islamic terrorism. So I know on behalf of Iran, while you're defending Anna, for some reason, you're kind of advocating for Islamic terrorism. I actually believe Iran.
No.
I actually,
do not
hold on,
straw man me.
I'm talking,
I never said that. No, but I'm not going to let you lie about the argument I'm making. I never said that.
You just said you're okay with death to America.
I don't think people chanting things. I don't think chants justify hot wars.
What do you? So he said you're saying you're okay with it. She's not saying she's okay with it. She's saying it doesn't actually translate to physical action. Someone saying something violent doesn't mean they're actually gonna fucking do it, especially when it's a fucking chant that like thousands of people are just fucking chanting because it's kind of fun and kind of based.
Think they're chants and then they're just like they're doing pom-poms and they're rooting for a football game.
How far down the road do you want to let them get?
They're trying to destabilize the West.
Wait, guys, we destabilize the entirety of the Middle East. I don't blame anyone for being angry with the United States over that.
But it is now
Iran is the sole proprietor of destabilizing the Middle East.
No.
Iran is the sole proprietor for destabilizing the Middle East. America has done nothing to destabilize the Middle East. Kol khara. Enta wahad ahmar. You're a dumbass donkey. Eat shit. I'm not even going to respond to you anymore. Just eat shit, you donkey.
Saudi knows it.
No.
By the way, here's a little fun fact for you.
You have to ask yourself what role they are
if all the
playing.
countries in the Middle East were actually against what Israel is doing, you would hear statement after statement after statement condemning Israel. I don't hear shit from the Emiratis. I don't hear shit from the Saudis. I don't hear shit from the Qataris, the Egyptians, the Jordanians, the Syrians.
Because they're pussies. They're fucking disgusting cowards and pussies. All of those governments are fucking disgusting in how they fucking stood by and let Israel do what it's doing. They're all bought, okay? They're bought and paid for by the West. They don't give a fuck. They're corrupt. They want money. They want relations with the West. They want access to weapons. They want access to money, to investments, foreign investments. And they send oil to the West. It's a whole fucking thing, bro. If that's an excuse, if that's your reasoning for genociding a whole fucking population, you're a fucking idiot. Arab leaders are fucking pieces of shit. And I've said it hundreds of times, bro. Like the Saudi population, the Saudi people fucking hate Israel, bro. They don't fuck with Israel. They do not want to normalize relations with Israel. MBS is the only one who wants to normalize relations with Israel. And if he does it, the only reason he hasn't done it is because he knows if he does it, it's political suicide because the Saudis on the ground won't fuck with him anymore. Okay? Most Arabs on the ground don't fuck with Israel, bro. They fucking hate Israel. But the governments are fucking pussies and cowards and corrupt motherfuckers who want to work with Israel and the US under the table. That's what's happening.
Are cheering on Israel. So here's my question for you.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
All of Israel's enemies are cheering for Israel against Iran.
They're definitely on board.
And the people of Iran are cheering for Israel. So you have a losing side. You're taking the 20% of an 80-20 issue. Best of luck.
You literally just made my argument. Why do you think Israel pushed for regime change in these countries? They wanted to get rid of leaders that weren't friendly.
These very same
Libya, Afghanistan. They tried, but we failed.
You know who pushed for regime change in Syria? The Syrian people that overtook Bashar al-Assad.
Right.
Your arguments are weak and invalid.
That had the United States involved, Israel involved, Russia involved. That was a major proxy war.
If Russia gave two shits about Syria and had the wherewithal to do it, they would defend Syria.
What an idiot, bro. How do you argue with someone? He's like Ethan Klein, bro. He's maybe a little bit dumber than Ethan Klein, though.
And so would Iran. But because they're being flanked by Ukraine and Iran is being defunded by Israel, nobody can come to Syria's defense.
Israel should
now,
fight its own wars.
Syria are
We
have to
should fund
decide
it. We should send any of our soldiers. And when we do, inevitably, I want to come back on the show.
First.
No, I'm not going to say it because I don't believe that.
Can we just stop and remember who the president is? Everyone is underestimating the strength of Donald Trump.
Before we move on.
There's no way he's going to let himself be pushed around by anybody.
What an idiot. Are we forgetting who the president is? President Trump, he's not going to be pushed around. He's not a pussy. He's got a big penis.
Including
the final thing I'll say about this, and then we can move on, is we currently have a United States Congress that's nickel and diming the fuck out of Americans by focusing on cuts to Medicaid, SNAP benefits. In the meantime, we are sending tens of billions of dollars to Israel so they can fight their wars.
Yeah.
But you
Okay,
guys
that
money isn't just going to Israel. It's going to back home.
No,
I agree. It's going to defense contractors, Mindy. I don't give a fuck about defense contractors making more money. I think that's the problem.
But that's
your own argument.
She's saying exactly that it's not just
it's private or economic.
If you ever done a budget before,
no. That money. Do not make the mistake of thinking defense contractors fattening their pockets even more is somehow beneficial to the American
Anna, you
people.
just heard me make that. I'm just saying it's not. You're saying the money is going all the way overseas. I'm saying it's also coming back here.
She's trying to get you to see.
It's coming here to weapons manufacturers. How's that ending up in your pocket, you fucking idiot? How's Lockheed Martin manufacturing 50 more fucking rockets for Israel benefiting you, Wendy?
Role that we're playing.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know, but do you understand that it is a redistribution of wealth?
I'm isolationist. I don't want this
I know,
happening,
Lindy.
okay?
I'm not going to direct this to you. I'm just going to direct it to the audience or in general, okay? This is a redistribution of wealth from working class Americans to defense contractors.
I don't want it happening.
Because of Netanyahu.
Right.
Well, I mean,
I think he's a factor. I don't think he's the only
Bibi
factor.
likes to push false narratives about, ooh, this country's a big threat. American soldiers, go fight this war. Go fight this war. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money. That's Netanyahu.
You have to give our people a little bit more credit than trying to be
I do give our people credit, including the actual genuine America First crowd that does not want this war. They don't want this war. The left doesn't want this war. Actually, this is the one issue where it seems like there's some unity with contingents on both sides.
The gays for Gaza and the isolationists have teamed up to be basically anti-America.
That is absolutely the truth. The far left sees Jews as having all the white privilege and being the ultimate imperialists. And then the MAGA far right sees the Jews as being responsible for all of this. And it equals a real bad situation for the Jews. I'm being friggin' honest.
If
you're being a fucking idiot, bro. What? Left sees the Jews as privileged white people and the right sees them as the cause for all the problems. I'm just being honest. I'm just go back to training overweight people on reality TV.
The same thing that they've done for years. They blame the Jews for everything. That's fine. That's cool. That's your argument.
If you're concerned about anti-Semitism, because anti-Semitism is real, and it has increased.
Noticed.
Hold on, it has increased significantly in the United States. You want to know why?
Yeah, tell me why.
When you see the slaughter of all those innocent kids in Gaza, and our government provides cover for it, and in fact funds it, that leads to a lot of rage among hardworking Americans who see their quality of life go down the drain as we're funding a genocide.
Kids being killed.
Can we bottom?
And I would love.
This is the most insincere thing. Like the way he says, no one wants to see innocent kids killed. If that were true, bro, you would have fucking stopped this genocide a long time ago, and you would not fucking justify it as often as you fucking do every fucking week on PBD or whatever fucking chance you get to fucking talk online, you piece of shit. Zionist motherfucker murdering fuck. Mass murdering, disgusting piece of shit who deserves to fucking burn in hell. You deserve to all your flesh to fucking fall off of you and melt off of your body, you disgusting piece of shit.
To see Hamas leave.
Right, it's not about Hamas. Let's
Can we talk about
something?
if Hamas would, in all fairness, listen, I agree with you. I agree with you. The other side, though, because there are two sides.
Get rid of her now as a host, bro. Shuma El Aaz, she's so fucking useless. Make this Anna and Adam's fucking show, even though Adam's a piece of shit. At least he's making this entertaining. Jillian is such a wishy-washy, but there's two sides to it. There's two sides to genocide. Please enlighten me.
Why didn't Hamas just give the friggin' hostages back? Then there'd be no excuse.
Yeah, I agree. Hamas should have given the hostages back 100%. But
why doesn't Hamas just give the hostages back? They've tried. Israelis don't want them back. Netanyahu doesn't want them back. Netanyahu does not want the hostage deal. He wants to keep this fucking massacre going, you fucking idiot. Anna, how could you let her fucking slip that by?
let's also acknowledge when there is a siege on Gaza, when there are Israeli and American, by the way, hostages being held captive by Hamas, they're not just starving those poor Palestinian civilians, they're also starving their own hostages. Let's also not forget about the fact that the IDF shot and killed 3 Israeli hostages themselves. They didn't ask any questions, immediately started firing, killed 3 people. We need to actually have an honest conversation. Well, I mean, they didn't ask any questions. They were literally shirtless, waving white flags, saying, we need help, we need help. They got shot and killed immediately. The IDF is super belligerent in how they're carrying out this war. They're killing a lot of innocent people. In the case that I'm outlining, I'm talking about 3 Israeli hostages. If you're not willing to be critical of Israel, I question how honest you're being about this whole situation.
I'm critical of Israel just like I'm critical of America.
Can we be...
Lindy,
hold on.
Lindy, shut the fuck up. I'm speaking here. Hey, Toots. Hey, Sugar Tits, shut the fuck up. I'm speaking here. All right? Pow, right in the kisser. I'll smack you right in the kisser. Wendy Lee, you better shut up there, pretty woman. Sugar Lips. Hey, Sweet Tits, shut the fuck up. This man's got something to say now, bitch.
America makes mistakes, I'll call them out. But I'm very
Look at her looking down, bro. Look at how embarrassed he shuts her up and she has to look down on the floor in shame. Oh my God.
I question how honest you're being about this whole
I'm
situation.
critical of Israel just like I'm critical of America.
Can we
so,
be-
Lindy,
Hold on.
Lindy, shut up, bitch.
If America makes mistakes, I'll call them out. But I'm very
Look, bro, that's so embarrassing. It's so sad.
Can we
so,
be-
Lindy,
Hold on.
If America makes
She's like sad, bro. I feel bad. You're making me feel bad for Wendy Lee right now. It's like, he yelled at me. Can I shut up? Shut the fuck up. That's so sad, bro. I feel bad for her. Don't we all feel bad for her right now? That's kind of mean. On a show called Her Take, by the way. That's what's funny. The show is called Her Take, and he's fucking shutting up his female co-hosts. Beautiful. Beautiful.
makes mistakes, I'll call them out. But I'm very pro-America. But we do make mistakes. If Israel makes mistakes, I'll call them out. But I'm very pro-Israel. I don't understand what you're doing when you're trying to be pro-Hamas and pro-Iran. Hold on.
When you strawman me, it makes this entire exchange fall apart.
Of course, the pro-Hamas, there's nothing wrong with being pro-Hamas, folks. Hamas is a resistance force. But I mean, you know, in America, saying pro-Hamas is like accusing someone of fucking raping a child. So you know what that means.
So I'm trying to have an honest exchange
So
with
am
you.
I.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. Please don't put words in my mouth.
You can talk when I'm done talking. And that's how this
Marina Nimitz says her taking his crap.
work. No?
But if you,
Or do
straw-
am
if
I?
you I'm not putting words in your mouth. Please don't put words
I'm
in my
not-
mouth.
You can talk when I'm done talking. And that's how this will work. No?
But if you
Or do wanna
strawman
just keep
me,
talk-
if you strawman me and
Just
argue
like-
that I'm making
just like
arguments
you
that I didn't
strawman me
make,
and
I'm
said
going to
that I'm
interrupt
Israel
you.
first.
I'm going to interrupt you if you lie about what I'm
Okay,
saying.
So you're a grown-up when you argue. Got it.
I am a grown-up, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you seem very emotional, and I threw you a tissue just in case. I also
Back to the emotional stuff. You seem very emotional. You seem very emotional, Anna. Are you going to cry? Are you angry, Anna? Are you going to cry, you emotional woman? Okay, he's about to throw her something else, folks. What is he about to throw her?
I am a grown-up, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you seem very emotional, and I threw you a tissue just in case. I also have a tampon.
Adam,
in case you need-
Adam,
in case you need a tampon.
Adam,
He threw the tampon, folks. He just did. Let's see it again.
Tissue just in case. I also have a tampon.
Adam,
in case you need-
Adam,
in case you need a tampon.
Adam,
I also have a tampon in case you need a tampon. And he throws it on the table. Bro threw a tampon on the table to a female co-host on a show called Her Take. First of all, I have a lot of questions. Why the fuck are you walking around with a fucking tampon in your pocket, bro? Like he was planning, was that a bit that he was planning the whole time? He's like, I'm bringing this tampon and I don't know who I'm gonna throw it at, but one of these hysterical ladies is gonna get a tampon thrown at her. And he was just fucking waiting for the perfect moment for someone to get a little bit angry or something, and he's just waiting to bust out the tampon and fucking chuck it. You know, what a misogynist piece of shit. This is so embarrassing for Anna, honestly, like Yai Bashum. Maki, stop fucking with the lights. This is so embarrassing, bro. This is so offensive. This is so insulting. She's a professional journalist with years of experience. Regardless of what we think of her recent takes and stuff, this is not how you treat anyone, let alone someone with so much experience. Like Anna. Yai Bashum, yani, this is so beneath her. And the fact that she has to debase herself and spend time with these fucking people. You made your own bed, Anna. You wanted to attack leftists. You wanted to accuse leftists of being all this, of being insane, and the reason why Trump won, and all that sort of shit. And you're attacking trans people. These are the people you want to be in bed with. This is what's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of
Okay,
you.
that's
No,
fine.
let her.
I am a grown-up, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And this is, are you a grown-up? Yeah, I am. Like, what kind of, it's like 5-year-olds arguing. My dad's stronger than your dad. Are you a grown-up? Yeah, I'm a grown-up. Are you a grown-up? Like, what?
You seem very emotional, and I threw you a tissue just in case. I also have a tampon.
Adam,
in case you need-
Adam,
in case you need a tampon.
Adam, Adam's just gonna beat the shit out of you.
That's
No,
fine.
let her.
That's fine.
And what, like Jillian, like at that point, you know, you're the fucking host. You see one of your fucking panelists has lost the fucking plot and he just threw a tampon at your female co-host. As the host, this is when you take control of the situation. This is when you go like, hey, Adam, not fucking cool. Our show, she's the host. She's your host. You're a guest on our fucking show. You don't fucking do that. That's disrespectful. Please apologize to Anna before we move on. You don't try to fucking make a joke to diffuse the situation. Oh, lol, he just threw a tampon. Anna's gonna get real mad. Like, what the fuck is that? Stand up for your female co-host. How about some fucking solidarity?
It's a tampon, just in case you start
Listen,
crying.
I'm not deterred by your ridiculous juvenile attacks. Let's have an argument about the actual facts.
Israel is fighting.
Amy Dangerfield again. Amy Dangerfield is the only one here who at least grabbed the tampon and threw it out. Like, she's kind of based so far in this episode. Like, it's kind of, I know what I'm saying is insane, folks, but like, this is so disgusting. This is disgusting behavior.
Terrorists around the world, and in this one particular.
I feel bad for Anna. I know it's crazy to say because she said some really fucked up things in the past, and she said horrible things about Emma Vigeland and Sam Cedar, like people that I love and respect online. So I know horrible things about Hassan, whatever you want. You know what I mean? She's petty. She's been jealous. She's been really disappointing lately. But I don't like seeing this. I don't like, and she's handling it. She's trying to keep her cool right now because she probably wants to fucking snap his head off, bro. She probably wants to snap this guy's fucking neck into, and who can blame her? Who can blame her? This is extremely fucking misogynistic again. Shut up, you fucking angry, emotional woman. Here's a fucking tampon. Like, that's disgusting. Let's watch it one more time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you seem very emotional, and I threw you a tissue just in case. I also have a tampon.
Adam,
in case you need a tampon.
Adam, she's gonna beat the shit out of you.
That's fine. That's fine. It's a tampon just in case you start
You
crying.
should beat the shit out of him. As the host, you should beat the shit out of him. As a sign of respect to your co-host, Jillian. What a fucking fail. What a fucking fail in that moment.
I'm not deterred by your ridiculous juvenile attacks. Let's have an argument about the actual facts.
Israel is fighting terrorists around the world. And in this one particular
horrible fucking what a fucking bad host, Jillian, idiot.
Situation. Why isn't Israel doing genocide in Lebanon? Why aren't they doing it in Syria? Why aren't they doing it everywhere else? Why is it only in Gaza? By the way, why is Gaza?
Because they can get away with it in Gaza more easily, and they want the land. It's much harder to genocide an actual full sovereign country that the whole rest of the world recognizes as a country, like Lebanon. You know what I mean? Like, at least the whole world admits we're a country. Palestine has to fight to be recognized. Like, now they write news articles when, like, Scotland decides to recognize the state of Palestine. Like, oh, great! Congratulations! We finally have a state. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I just noticed I had another microphone plugged in this whole time, and it might have been capturing some echo from the TV. Apologies if there's echo as you guys watch this. It could have been from the other mic. Too late. It's the end of the live stream, so, you know, I figured it out.
Get Palestinians out of that land and take it. That's why.
And let's say that were the case, which it's not.
It is.
Why couldn't they do that? Because that's what everyone has done in that region for decade and after century.
Wait, why couldn't they do what?
The Islamization of the entire Middle East, who's the centerpiece of that? Okay?
These have been Muslim majority. First of all, these have been Muslim.
Islamization of the Middle East, folks. Did you hear that? Am I Muslim now? I didn't know that. Have I been turned into a Muslim? That's news to me.
Majority countries forever.
And why is every Muslim country fighting with each other? Syrians fight with Syrians. 500,000 people died in Syria. 1 million people have died in Sudan. Yeah. In Sudan. 500,000 people have died in Yemen. I don't hear bo peep about any of that. But when Israel gets attacked on October 7th, that's all you want to talk about. I'd give you a little bit more credit if you were talking about the...
Bro, these countries have been meddled with, bro, and there's tons of different religious sects in these countries. You got Christians, you got Shias, you got Sunnis, you got all sorts of things and complications and people meddling over the fucking decades and siding with this group and arming this group, but not arming this group, and giving money to these people, but not giving money to these people. It's a whole fucking thing, Adam. You want to get into it? Are you sure you're equipped?
Christians that are being killed in Syria. I'd give you a little bit more credit if you would talk about the millions of Muslims that have died around the Middle East. But you guys don't say shit unless Israel's involved. That's the problem.
Because we fund Israel's wars of aggression.
So just because we fund it, we're not allowed to talk about anything else? So we can't talk about the genocide in every other country?
I talk about foreign policy in different contexts all the time.
The only thing I've ever heard you talk about is Israel. You're upset.
Because you don't listen to her, bro. Because the last time you interacted with Anna, I believe she was a guest on PBT, and that's the last time they interacted. That's why you only talk to her about Israel, because that's all you ask her about.
Well, then you need to get to know me a little better.
Trump derangement syndrome, you have Israel derangement syndrome. And it's seeping out left and right. I hope and pray that you stop being so ignorant to the fact that Israel is defending America and American values against terrorists around the Middle East.
How? Okay.
Yes, Israel is defending American values against us disgusting terrorists in all these Arab countries, of course. God bless Israel for trying to civilize us. I, the uncivilized, fire, bring me fire. Where is Sugar Tits? Shut up, Sugar Tits. Show me, where is I must have woman? Where is my tomahawk steak? I am Arab. Hey, woman, cover your ankles. Cover your ankles now. I am crazy Muslim man. I am angry.
Let's say that Iran was a threat, which a lot of people think they are.
They are. Let's not even hypothetical.
Khalas, look, whatever. Let's say Iran is a threat, which a lot of people think it is. That's not why you go to war. People think they're evil. I've heard it. There's two sides, Anna. People think Iran's like what arguments are? Go give a fucking pep talk to a fucking overweight man that needs to jog tomorrow and lose 30 pounds before the weigh-in. Go do that, Jillian. Okay? Billy's late for the weigh-in. Billy needs to lose another 50 pounds before the next weigh-in. Stick him in a sauna, Jillian. That's all we need to do. Go put Billy in the sauna.
I don't think so. And I know there's a lot of credible and intelligent people who don't, right? And unfortunately, time's going to tell how this is going to play out.
I don't know too many credible or intelligent people that don't think Iran is a threat.
But then the argument on the other side is that Israel is doing the dirty work and getting demonized for it. That is the argument on the other side.
Also, Adam, can I also say a couple of conversations ago, Adam, you brought up something very interesting that we haven't even addressed. It's Islamic terrorism and then Islamification of Europe and also America. If you're going to talk about...
Here we go.
Thank you. Wait,
Wendy Lee, here we go. What about the Islamification of Europe and America? You know what I mean? The Great Replacement theory. We're all us Christian whites are going to be replaced by brown Muslims here in America and Europe. Oh, no.
I really appreciate everything you brought up. And, the Israeli regime does deserve to be criticized on occasion. But we also have to look at this extreme...
The Israeli nation deserves to be criticized on occasion, from time to time. Fucking shit, bro.
Threat of Islamic terrorism that is here at home. I mean, do I even need to mention 9/11? We just had a shooting a couple weeks ago against the Jewish community, right?
Our regime change wars.
Right? All right, folks, that's enough. We've seen the juiciest stuff from this episode. I promise you guys, if her take was going to come back on this channel, I told you it would be worth it, and this was worth it. I feel bad for Anna Kasparian. I'm going to say it. She's been a piece of shit online for the past few months. So she deserves to be criticized, but this was very insulting. This was very offensive. This was Yair Bashum, whoever, PBD, Patrick Pet David, Jillian. She was failed by the hosts of the show, by the producers. She deserves an apology. Someone deserves to be fired. Like, this is really fucking serious. You don't fucking throw a tampon at someone live on fucking TV and walk away without any consequences. I hope it helped out with the views. Did this help them out with views? Let's see. Because they've not been doing great. I mean, they're doing better than we fucking are, but they're produced by Valuetainment and Patrick.
I would put this one to bed.
There's a lot of money behind this fucking thing. Let's see how their lives are doing. So their first live stream got 73K views, the second one 48K views, and the tampon one is at 70K views. But I think the tampon thing is making it grow, like it's getting it more views. They're dropping some clips. Yeah, they cut up a 45-minute clip of her and that guy. That's at 15K views. So, I mean, yeah. They should just host the show alone. But anyways, folks, I would like to thank all 400 of you who joined us tonight for this impromptu live stream. Please consider supporting us on Patreon. There's multiple tiers. There's a $5 tier, $8, $20, and $50 a month for our God tier patrons. If you guys would like to support a small independent Lebanese YouTube channel right here in the heart of Lebanon, that would be a great way to do so. You guys can also join our memberships. Thank you to everybody who joined our memberships today. We love you so much, including... sorry, did I miss any super chats? I missed Anthony Bensavengo sent $5 and says lots of conservatives actually root for the Empire in Star Wars. Look it up, you'll find wild stuff. That's fucking hilarious. I've never fucking heard of that before. But thank you to people like Anthony Bensavengo for his generous donation, Akechi, Veronica H. Song, who we hope is safe over there in Israel, Akeshi, Thomas Jerome Newton, Artful Decadence, T. Mudmud, Schnooky Darko, Haley D, Boomer Dragon, Sunflower Dragon, Nuna Ninja, Froggy Friends, all of you lovely people. We love you guys so much. Thank you for being generous with your time and money. We really appreciate you guys. Honestly, we could not do this without you. I'm going to be doing this full time starting next month, and I'm going to be setting up a brand new streaming/gaming PC next week that I am building. It should be ready tomorrow. It should hopefully be set up by next week. It's going to look pretty. I'm going to have a nice little box over here. It's going to be all shiny. Thanks to you guys. Seriously, could not have done it without you. I might do another live stream on Sunday night reacting to Noah Sampson's new video and Tucker Carlson versus Ted Cruz. I know it's a couple of days old at this point, but I really want to watch it. I've only seen a couple of clips on Twitter. It looks great. And hopefully on Monday of next week, we're going to be doing the Celebrity Zionist tier list, where we're going to be ranking every Zionist celebrity in Hollywood from best to worst. Who's the biggest Zionist? People like Noah Schnapp, Quentin Tarantino, Michael Rappaport, all these fucking assholes. We're going to be ranking them, folks. Thank you so much. Let me take a second to thank some of our brand new patrons that joined the family. Let me just open that up on Safari. You guys know when I open Safari, my laptop is about to explode. But I think I can do it real quick right now. Patrons. Let's open up our patrons list. Let me thank our God-tier patrons. Elian Mujabir, Dominic Seltzer, Daniel Nechle, A Rose for You, and EU Watson. Superhero patrons such as Elias Salibi, Maroon Bouslayman, Joey Daboul. Blonde patrons like Mazra Life, Emily, Haley Davis, George Bousaleh, and Eric Knudsen. And let me thank some of our brand new patrons who joined us earlier this week. Lovely patrons such as Elise Marrero, Karen Goodwin, Vince Lasagna, Jennifer Sage, Whoop Whoops, Kara, and unidentified Florida man. So we will see you guys maybe Sunday, Monday as well. A whole bunch of live streams. But that's it for tonight, folks. It's 11:30 p.m. here in Lebanon. We have been going for just over 3 hours. Many thanks to everyone in the live chat. I love you guys so much. Take good care of yourselves. Maki says goodbye. And as always, folks, take care of yourselves and...
Do not